looks like now.
Oh yeah, she cold piece.
Oh, piece of work.
Cold piece of work,
Yeah.
exactly.
And that takes
Other
over
than
my
that,
kids.
you probably wear that shit to church.
Done. Redirect to the YouTube, and we should be live.
And here we
We on.
go.
We on. All right. So, hey, good morning. It's episode number 92. Your boy Rick Rob and the 10 Cents Podcast crew. Man, we got some old faithfuls back with us. I'm talking to you, Will. Shout out to you for joining us. My man Renee's in the car. Luda, Katie. Let's see who else. KD. I'm sorry, I said it like Katie. KD. Let's see who else is on. Oh, and Eddie P.
Eddie
All right, so let's
Peasy.
get it started. Did I miss anybody?
You missed
No,
T-Mac
No,
with
you
that
did.
hurt back.
Feel left out. I don't want anybody to feel left out.
No,
All
you
right,
did,
let's
and
get
it's
this
fine.
thing started. You know what I'm saying? Let's get this thing started. We know what happened this past week. The NFL draft was live and direct in Vegas. First off, what y'all think about that setup? Did y'all like it?
It was all right.
Yeah, it was cool. I
It
mean,
was cool, right? It's different than having to go to New York every year.
I think
Yeah, so you have to go to them bad cities. Not bad cities, but like Chicago. I think you want to go to Chicago
I just
for
think
the-
Chicago.
I think it takes away from the tradition. And
Really?
I like tradition and keep it the way it's always been, man.
I don't like that. It just didn't seem as hyped. Like I felt like it wasn't as exciting as it was. Maybe because my team just didn't have no draft picks.
Yeah, it was a dull one for you. You was just sitting on the sideline booing everybody else's pick.
I felt like it fit. It's a lottery pick. It's Vegas gambling. You don't
You know
know what
what's-
you're getting, man.
you
Rolling
know
the
what would
damn
be-
dice.
would be kind of cool if they had the draft follow the team that won the Super Bowl the previous year. So every year that the team, whatever team won the Super Bowl, the draft would fall right behind it. So that
I
way,
like that.
from the fan base standpoint,
Yeah.
they can like this is our city. We ran this city.
Yeah.
We like bragging rights. So
Everything
whoever
comes through
comes
us
in,
now.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Whoever comes in has to come.
But you
through
know
us.
what the problem with that is, right?
Go.
It's usually
It would have been in
whoever
New
won
England
the
all
Super
them years
Bowl
ago.
don't really have a bunch of draft picks anyways.
So
No, that's not the point. This is
that's
the
not
point. The NFL
You
has
gotta
to
come through us.
because
Exactly.
we the damn champions.
Absolutely.
So the drafts here, all the experiences here, we run this.
Right. So
I mean,
and,
I
like,
get it.
and the best part is it would never go through cities like Detroit. It would never go through cities like Houston.
Oh,
right. It would
you mean
it would only go to the high five cities.
Or Cleveland.
Exactly, or Cleveland.
Yeah,
It would
and
never,
then
it would
next thing
never
you
go
know,
to
the
whack
NFL
ass cities. You know what I mean? So it's no
Oh,
problem.
that's whack. That's
But
jacked.
it'll never be in Miami though.
Or San Francisco again.
It could be in Miami.
Yeah, right.
No, next thing you know, they're gonna put two as a Super Bowl champ just so we can have the fucking draft there.
That's funny. That's funny. All right, well, let's talk about the draft, man. I mean, for those that did pick, including Gang, you know what it is. You know, what does everybody think that they or how does everybody think their teams did? I'll start off. We got an A, first and foremost. I just
Phenomenal.
Want
Phenomenal.
to say we had an amazing weekend. I don't know
We had
about
a
y'all.
great job this weekend.
But we were doing just fine.
Yeah, no, we had a great draft.
Who's we?
The Eagles.
What
Ramon.
you mean? You already know what it is. The Eagles,
I
baby.
want to hear it, man. Maybe the people don't know
Them
who your
Eagles,
squad
them
is.
Eagles, man.
If
Fly
you
Eagles.
follow the
I know who your squad
podcast,
is. I'm just
you
saying.
know who the gang is. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
you gotta.
You got to do well.
I'm with Will. You gotta be specific for the new.
Do well.
Yeah, we have listeners.
Fine. It's
Oh,
definitely
sorry,
the
guys.
Eagles. Please understand the chain remains. The gang is intact, man. We're gonna be looking good next week or next year.
No,
That's
didn't
cool.
you say you didn't watch football for the last 2-3 seasons? What are you talking
Yeah.
I'm watching it this year. I'm watching it this year.
For the first
Don't
three
watch it
games.
this year.
For the
I'm
first
about
Just
to
three
because
say,
of
I was
AJ
about
Brown.
to say for the first 3 weeks. For the first 3 weeks, I'm in.
Mhm.
Don't call me out like that. Get to your teams. How'd your teams do?
The
See you
Rams-
guys next season.
Yeah, the Rams didn't even have a pick until what, the third round? So
third round. Yeah.
Big,
And
Drew was big killing.
we ended up getting
That was-
Logan Bruss in the big in
The
the first,
safety?
Yep.
Russ
No,
Yates?
he's a lineman.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Logan Bruss.
Logan Russ. Wait, no,
And-
we got a safety too.
We did get a
Ross.
safety, but safety didn't come in until we got a cornerback in the fourth round. We got a
Right.
running back in the fifth. We got the safety in the sixth from UCLA.
Sixth round. That's
Yeah.
Is
what
that
I'm
running
about.
back the dude from Notre Dame?
It was Quentin Lake. It was that we got from UCLA. And for Notre Dame, it's Kyren Williams, the running back.
Yeah, that running back.
Yeah.
Looked pretty good.
Yeah, no, yeah, and I think he's a solid back. I mean, for my take, I expect for him to stand out to complete like on the passing games.
Because he's a smaller back, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a smaller back, but I mean, compared to we have Cam Akers and Darrell Henderson right now,
Mhm,
so
mhm.
adding him, he can be like the pass run back in my opinion. You know what I mean? So
And I
Third down back.
Isn't he the dude who said he patterned his game off of Steven Jackson too?
I'm not sure.
I think so. Because he's a smaller back, like Steven Jackson's a big ass dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah, that didn't make
So,
that don't make sense.
Yeah, so dude's like,
Yeah.
he's probably like 5'8" and like maybe $180. Right? I'm
Right.
like, yo, I don't see how that's gonna happen. But
Right,
whatever.
and then I mean, the cornerback we got, the Kobe Durant. I mean, from South Carolina State. I don't know. I really haven't seen him, but they're saying that he's a good pick, especially after Darius Williams signed with the Jaguars. So we'll see. He
Did
needs
you
to
guys
step it up.
really?
Hey, watch this. Hey, watch this. Hey, Renee, how'd y'all do?
Ew, you're ugly.
Hey, did you guys really need another running back?
Well, we don't.
You
We
never
don't.
have too many.
In my opinion, look, I told you this before.
Sure.
We don't need anybody else other than just re-signing Odell Beckham. We got a great squad. Keep it the same. Keep them healthy. We'll do it again.
No,
Running
that's
back.
not true.
Y'all know.
Yeah.
No,
We
can never have
we-
too many
we-
backs.
We can always add, of course. but
Corner and safety. Our secondary still needs help, and I would say
Look.
you need redundancy to your offensive line.
We're always going to get to pick a player every round, right? So
we
might
did
as well
not as
pick
good
up.
as the Rams in the draft
What's that?
because we didn't pick until the third round either.
So I give him a B plus in my opinion.
That's very. I like that. I'm surprised you didn't
Very
say
objective from Luda. That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
Oh, breaking news. Debo is pleading with 49ers to trade him now.
Oh,
Jesus.
shit.
Yeah, let that boy
He's
go.
getting ridiculous.
Okay,
You
let's
don't
go.
wanna
Let's
be
go. Let's
there.
go. 49ers.
He's getting ridiculous.
How'd you guys do in the
You're
draft?
gonna beg to get traded? Relax. Stop it.
Let's hear from Big Will. Big Will, how'd you guys do in the draft? What'd you
Oh
throw? What's your
man,
take?
you're gonna
What's
ask the
your
wrong
take?
person. So if anyone knows me, I didn't have a great college outing, so I don't really watch too much college. So when it comes to draft, unless you're a super big name person, I don't really keep up with it. I know we ain't had no
That's
first round
fair.
picks, and I'm pretty sure I think our second round pick was some linebacker. So I don't know. And my perspective on football is a lot different than you guys because you don't know what you get in the draft. Hell,
Yeah.
sometimes you don't even know what you get in your returning starters. So my thing is football, all this hoopla that we go through for all this stuff, it's good for this. But for me, when the season starts, you don't know who your team is until 4 weeks into the season. So all this stuff is fine and great. It may look like your team is trash, and you have no idea until the season starts who you done picked up, who's hurt,
Yeah.
who's not, who's stepping up, what rookies are playing like. So all this is just exciting for me to get ready for the season. But as far as these drafts go, I'm not a big draft guy. So I don't know. I just saw some of the people that we picked up. I saw I run their highlights of what they've done in college, but you already know that don't mean
Who's your
nothing.
team, Will?
I'm a 49er fan. Big
Oh,
Niner
okay.
fan.
Now that's the right diplomatic presidential way to answer. Y'all sucked during the
No.
draft. I get it. I don't really.
Well,
No, I was
how
gonna say,
can
I don't
how
know.
can
He'd
you
have to
draft
come
if you
in
don't
hot
have
like
a
that.
draft. I mean, I think we had 7. We had like
Hey.
4 draft picks all together. I don't know.
We only had
Hey,
5,
first
so
round.
I'm with you on that.
So,
I agree with
It's all
Will. The
good.
draft's overrated anyway. I mean, there's good players that come out of college. Obviously, everybody comes out of college, but
Right.
giving away picks is no big deal. Take example, us.
oh, real talk. I love that
I mean,
Rams. They was
yeah.
like F those picks.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
So
I'm
I'm
a
Have
big
this
fan of
number
that.
one,
that
you can
life.
have that number
Yeah.
one. Giving
We-
away your number ones for a proven player, I think, is a
Well,
no-brainer.
yeah,
Yeah.
I would definitely do that for
We already
sure.
talked
but-
about the Eagles doing that. I like that, Eddie P.
Yeah, yeah, it's good. It's fine.
All right, so hold on, Rick. So real quick, if we stay on that Debo situation, like I know that everybody thought on day one, he was like the highest candidate to get traded to somebody, right? It was going to be the
Yep.
Eagles. They were thinking about going to
Jets.
the
Jets
Jets
and Lions made a push.
and Lions, right? So I thought that was going to probably happen, and then if it didn't happen on day one, definitely wasn't going to happen in 2 and 3 because you're not going to give up a number 2, or you're going to have to give up like all your 2s, all your 3s, just to get the equivalency of a number 1. But since it didn't happen on day one, I knew Debo was fucked at that point. So what do you think's the next step in his situation? You know what I mean? Like, because he can't even sit the season out because it won't count towards his contract. So he
That's what I
can't even not play. So
Wait,
what do you
what do you
think
mean?
will happen with that?
He can't, he can't sit
That's
it
what I'm
out.
saying.
Why? He can't sit it out. Why?
Because it's like let's say you're at the end of your contract and you're like, okay, I don't want to play his last season because they're not paying me and I don't want to run the risk of getting hurt. But if he sits out, it's like that's like a bye year for you. So even if you sat out
Like
the
a red
season, I had like a red shirt. So then even if you sat out that season,
Oh, that's good.
you'll have an extra year. They did that in the last CBA. basically he still would have an extra year at the end of that year. So even if he redshirted
with the same team.
That's-
Hey, that's a
same team,
good.
that's
That's
why-
a,
So
that's
that
why-
year,
have
it's like-
another
that's-
year with that team.
Right.
That's
Like the
only
year
for rookie
carries over.
contracts.
for a
So
trade.
he'll be there 2 years basically.
That's
Right.
only for rookie contracts.
That's why he's
Right.
begging for a trade. The
Right.
problem is he doesn't have control over this situation like most people think. Oh, you want out, and they're like, oh, well, we got to get rid of him. Well, he doesn't have that type of clout. I mean, he's not Rodgers. So someone has to want him,
fair.
and we need to get something in return because he's under contract. So I'm sure if we could get
Well-
something for him, they'll
but let
most
me ask
likely
you,
go with this dude.
what's better than the 10th pick? What's better than the 12th pick? Because the Jets
Well,
had
he's
number
losing
10.
his talent this season.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, like, you're like, what is the equivalent of, you know what I mean? Like, what would you guys ask for? Renee will always say 2 firsts. I don't think that's
Oh.
happening.
It's not.
But-
I don't know about a 10th, but you got to get some value back for this dude. You know, so
What's higher than 9 other positions?
you said
Nothing.
what's
right?
higher than 10?
Yeah, exactly. If you offer
Because that's what the
ninth-
Jets offered him, right?
they offer him the
Yeah.
10th
And John Lynch said nope. And then the
Yeah.
Lions offered him something pretty good also, and he still
They
said
offered him
nope.
12. They offered 12. They traded back up at 12, and then they ended up taking the dude out of Alabama who tore his ACL. But that's what I'm saying. Like, pick 10.
You talking
then
about
some-
pick
some-
10 for next season?
this
No, this
season.
Oh,
This
This
season.
season. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. This season, number 10,
Mhm.
and then maybe a bunch of like seconds and thirds. And then
This
maybe
is
like
the equivalent of the Cowboys
their
with
receiver.
with that Roy Williams trade, right? Where they got fleeced because that dude produced like absolutely dick the next season or next 2 seasons.
Oh, he was.
They
hot
offered him.
garbage.
They offered him the Roy Williams. I'll call it. They offered him the Roy Williams, and they said, "Nah, we good."
But you guys just had this
No,
conversation right
I
now.
won't.
Mhm.
You guys just said, why would you get rid of a proven commodity over some crap that you don't know about? So once again, this dude's a proven commodity. You know what he is. You know what he's going to bring.
Yeah,
on
but
the field.
it's
So why
this is-
am I
I think
about
this
to
is
let
different.
this dude go for some random dude who I don't
Mhm.
have no idea what could happen to? So that's silly. So
I hear you,
Especially-
but then what are you
yeah,
gonna do about a
especially
player
if-
who doesn't want to be there though?
Especially if
well,
John
that's
Lynch
his problem. I'm
doesn't.
sorry for that. You're a professional.
Yep. you
Suck it
signed
up.
Yeah.
Signed it. Yep.
That's fair. No, that's
Play-
fair.
play-
I
play-
understand.
play the
I
damn-
don't-
play the damn game.
I'll do everything I can to get you out of here, but I need something in return. And if I can't
Yeah.
do it, then oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop being
I
a
hear
little
you.
bitch.
I hear you.
So he can't. Yeah, he
Yeah.
can't pull the Le'Veon move.
Yeah.
Is what KD
But-
was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
mean,
mean, the
my question is-
all
my-
Debo can do is talk to his coach and say, "Look, I don't want to be a fucking running back anymore."
Yes.
And
Yeah,
I'll
I don't
stay.
understand
I'll
how it's
stay.
like, hey, I don't want to be.
See, I don't know
wanna
how it
be a
got to be
running
as
back.
bad as it got, but obviously that was the crux of it. It
Yeah.
was like, look, man, I want longevity. I'm a wide receiver. Stop putting me in
Yeah.
the backfield. And I mean, to me, it's simple. It's
I
like, hey, no
It-
problem.
Is he not allowed
Yeah, I
to
don't
switch
understand how
up or
Kyle
what?
Hannon just doesn't say
Drop
okay.
some running backs, and we'll put you out there wideout because you can.
Right.
He's a good wideout too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Yeah, I don't understand how it's like, hey, I don't want to be at this position. Okay,
Yeah.
and
That
then we
should've been
move on.
This should have been a done deal. Here's your money. You're our number one wideout.
And now they found their
Yeah.
good back, Elijah Wood or
Mitchell.
Right.
more
Mitchell.
Mitchell.
So yeah.
And like
I
you
don't see a
said, they're
problem.
dime a dozen. You can draft some backs.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
You don't have to
All
keep
right,
them
let's
back there. So
let's keep it pushing. All right, so real quick, you know what I'm saying? Way too soon predictions. Okay, the draft is done. Obviously, there's still a couple of question marks with a couple of people's teams, but as late today, where do y'all see y'all teams going next year? Give me some predictions.
Super Bowl.
Luda, let's start with you. I know.
Super.
Already good. Just get it out the way. Yeah, Luda,
Super
go
Bowl.
ahead.
we're talking about real life or Madden.
No, this is real life.
Yeah.
We got the squad. We added. We did some additions. I see us going 14-3, and
Okay.
we're winning the Super Bowl.
I hate it.
Ramley, the rest
hate
of the
it.
Next.
Next.
I'll say, man, I want to say 13-4 to have a little bit better of a year than last year, but I saw the Rams schedule. It's going to be fucking brutal.
Who are y'all?
I think they might
what's
have the
division?
toughest schedule coming up this year. So
What's the
Super
other
Bowl
division?
winners
yeah.
always do.
say again,
What's
Super
the other
Bowl winners
division you
always
guys
have the
have?
toughest schedule.
not you, Rick.
Yeah, I know. We get that. No, what's your other division that you guys are playing?
Let's see. We play
The AFC?
the AFC,
AFC
South,
South.
NFC South, NFC
AFC
South,
South.
And
AFC
then-
South.
AFC South. Okay, both Souths.
Both
That's-
Souths.
That's easy.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah, the NFC South will be a cakewalk for you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you guys are going to run through that. And then the AFC South, that's what? Baltimore and all them?
No, that's
No,
not
it's-
Jacksonville.
No,
Yes,
so you got
Jack-
Jacksonville.
Oh, you know what? Actually, yeah.
Please.
Not
Hey,
that
Come on.
your schedule is cake. What are you
Yeah,
talking
we-
about?
You know what? I don't know. I could have swore I saw
Yeah.
something different. But
You
All
said-
right, you know what? No
Yeah.
sympathy
Oh.
points for you.
Yeah.
all right, never mind. You know what?
It's
Pick
an
16
NFC
and 1.
It's the
16
NFC
and 1.
North. It's an NFC North and an AFC South. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay.
NFC North. Who's NFC North?
Packers,
Chicago.
Vikings.
Packers,
Oh
yeah.
well, I mean, you just have to see the Packers.
Lions.
Y'all can easily beat the Packers.
Wait,
Yeah,
don't we
I can
play the
see it.
West? I thought we played the AFC West.
I don't know. I feel like Katie looked up the schedule.
I'm looking at it right
so I
now.
have to look at
I'm
him.
looking at it right
Yeah, I
now.
have
We
to
got
go
to play
with him.
Bengals. We got to play Baltimore, Bengals,
I don't know. I feel like he
Vikings,
looked it up.
Packers, Jags, Titans.
We got this.
Yeah, and all
Yeah,
the rest.
no,
is
that
just-
sounds-
and the
That
so-
sounds
and-
way
and-
too easy.
and the Colts.
17 and 0, Super Bowl champs. Here we go.
All right. Yeah. So Luda, to your point, next. You're right. Next. So
Here comes a perfect season, Ludo.
Go ahead, run that.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead, run me that ring back real quick.
Yeah.
yeah, KD picked a perfect time to join the bandwagon. All right. Cool.
You heard it here first, folks.
What's that easy
Squad.
button? That was easy. You know what I'm saying? That's like KD. That's how KD's living right now. That was easy. All right. Well,
It ain't no different than, hold on, just in fairness, real quick, it ain't no difference than what Jamal and Bob did circa 2000, I don't know, 7 or 8, right? When the Cardinals like finally start to invest in their squad, got them a new stadium, got them some new colors and new jerseys, and everybody thought with the fucking Larry Fitzgerald and Anquan Bolden and Kurt Warner slinging the rock, oh, it's a good time to get on.
Yeah.
Turns out, yeah, okay, not so much. They got close, but that's as close as they got.
They've
Meanwhile,
both done that a
they
few
didn't
times.
win.
Meanwhile, Bob ain't even a Cardinals fan no more. So I mean, I wish Bob was here to go talk some shit. But the whole point is,
Yeah. Who's
He
the
ain't a
squad?
Cardinals fan no more. What?
he back to no, he a Ramley. He a Ramley. But
He
anyway,
Ramley.
That's right.
But
Yeah,
the whole
he's a
point
Rams
is,
fan.
I hopped on right on the
Oh,
nick of
man.
time, just so I can
God
ride
damn
with
it.
my folks real quick. Ride with my folks.
And fairness to Kenny Hens is he was already decided on teams. He goes, I'm not going to jump on their wagon last year when they were on the winning streak. He was going to become one afterwards. So I got to give him the credit for that. He wasn't like, I'm doing it because they're winning.
That's because the Rams do
He was
good
doing his
community
homework.
services, bro.
Yeah, he was doing his homework. He does community,
Good community
service for the
services.
community. Yeah, they help
I
the
told
team.
you that was my determining factor.
How about y'all
the
put up a
quality
banner
of
just
the
calling it-
organization?
How about y'all just put up a banner and call it Dick Riders?
Actually, that's what your. That's what.
Hop from
Ironically
one lap
enough,
to
I think
another
that's
lap.
what your team does. I think,
Yeah.
ironically enough, based on their
Let-
geographics, that's
Oh,
what your team
hey,
does.
Let's go Frisco.
Hey,
Let's go
hold
to
on,
Frisco.
hold on, because we senior
go.
That's funny.
cheerleaders. We have senior cheerleaders.
Okay, let's go to Frisco. Luda's right. What do you guys
Go.
think
Right.
you're gonna do this year?
Yeah.
Let's keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going.
We know what they're right.
Let's go. I'm gonna tell you right now.
We'll
Nine.
be a wild
Oh, you said
card
over there?
team.
Go ahead.
Second in the NFC West.
What,
Be a wild card team that comes in.
what
Watch our
record?
record will be like, we'll be somewhere like 11-6, so right around there. 12-5, right somewhere in between there.
What if they get rid of Debo?
Depends what they get rid of him for.
Yeah, they can't move that dude. There's no
I
way.
can't just tell you like if we get rid of him. Like depends
He
what
ain't
we get
going.
rid of him for.
He's not gonna go nowhere.
So,
No, don't get me
And
wrong.
y'all
He
believe-
will go somewhere, but I don't think that anyone's willing to trade for him. But we'll see, because you can still
that's
trade during the
crazy.
season, so things can happen.
I don't know
And
if
y'all
believe
I
in
don't
Trey
know if
Lance?
anybody willing to.
That's my question too. Are we riding with Trey Lance or are we going with Jimmy G again?
Well,
I need to know.
so that's why I'm not riding high on all what you just said. Do they have talent? Yes. Do they have a team that can make the playoffs? Potentially. But you're talking about a second-year rookie coming in here who I ain't seen.
No one has.
Playing with might not be a receiving core. I have no idea. I'll give us 8-8 at our best. They
That's
might
great.
get
It's the
together
best.
and start rolling after they kind of find themselves. But once again, I don't know who this team is. I'm getting.
And who only played basically 12 college games, right? Some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
the
yeah.
sample size I saw this kid, I mean, I get the ceiling, but it was almost like they were using that as a tool just to, deceive defensive coaches and maybe playing too earlier on. But he never even really started except when Jimmy was hurt. And he didn't win that job. So I mean, I don't expect a rookie to, but I mean, from what I saw, it looks hopeful. But hell, look at all the other rookies that played. They did well.
Yeah.
They
I
did
mean,
bad.
most of
They
so
were
you know, I'm not saying he didn't have an opportunity, but something was there that didn't allow him to start over Jimmy. So
You got another Dwayne Haskins on your hands. That's the problem.
Well,
don't say that.
the reason he
Well,
didn't start
no,
over
I-
Jimmy's
Yeah,
because
come on. That's a little too. That's a
Don't say
little too.
that.
That's a little too
Yeah,
soon. That's a
leave
little
that
too
alone.
soon.
Leave that
That's a
alone.
little too soon.
a little
sir.
too soon. I didn't bring up what happened. I'm saying Dwayne Haskins played his freshman year, came out of college, right? Wanted to get it going, wanted the money, fucking sucked.
Well, I feel like it was one of those things where what's his name? Shanahan thinks he's a guru, and
Yeah.
he wants someone that he can, teach
Mold.
from.
like this is my guy.
He's at a
kinda
blank
shit.
sheet, someone who's just got talent and can come in there and work his magic. So he might. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. What do we think about these mighty Eagles? Ramon, I'm gonna let you go
Hey,
ahead.
real-
I don't want to.
Hey, real quick for the Niners, I feel like that's like Big Will said 8-8 maybe. That's
Yeah.
gonna be the best looking 8-8. I feel like because I do
I agree.
believe in Shanahan. I think he's a machine, and it doesn't really matter who you put back there at the position. He's gonna figure it out at some point, and y'all be back. But the Eagles, I'm gonna say something really lazy. Like we're gonna win the
overrated.
division. I don't think so. Like we're gonna win the division. We'll probably end up making the playoffs again, but I'm just more concerned on what Jalen looks like. Like there's no excuses for Jalen this year.
Yeah,
he has
I
a
agree.
top-ish tight end. He has a guy who can be a number one, a good number two receiver. So either get your shit
The guy
together
being
or we
number
got
one
two
is that
first.
Devontae Smith.
So where do you see yourself going?
I said no. I
Stupid.
said
Mac with the
relax.
hurt
No,
back?
I don't want to do this with Renee. A guy who could possibly be a number one. That's what I said. And then
Yeah,
Devontae
Devontae Smith?
Smith. No, I said Devontae Smith after the fact. So, hey, worry about your receivers and not wanting to be there. Okay. So, anyways,
I wouldn't
um,
necessarily say that I'd be done with Hurts if he doesn't do that great. It's only going to be his third year, right?
Well,
Don't they
they-
say?
But it's like- but
don't
no,
they
we
say
gotta
give
pay-
a
now we
quarterback
gotta
5
pay him.
years?
Well, they get rid of their
Oh, yeah.
quarterbacks
he doesn't.
after
He doesn't
3
have
years
the.
if they
He
don't
doesn't
do
have the
good.
5-year contract.
Look at what happened with
because he
Foles.
got
Look at what happened with
he-
Foles. He won him a Super Bowl and they got rid of him.
because Foles isn't good. He
Oh.
just got released by the
They
Bears.
won him a
And
Super
Foles
Nonetheless.
wanted to get more money.
Hey,
Foles went and got his
Trent-
money and
Trent-
then came back.
Trent Dilfer won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway,
No, Trent Dilfer did
So-
not win a Super Bowl. Ray
Huh?
Lewis
Huh?
won that Super Bowl.
Their
Ray Lewis
defense
won
won
that.
that
I'm
Super
sorry.
Bowl.
I'm sorry.
he got a ring.
Trent Dilfer has a Super Bowl ring.
Okay,
He's
that's
got a ring.
different. That's
He's
got a
different.
ring. All right, let's do
So-
one together in
Let-
honor of those
let-
that ain't here.
Let's go.
Can
Let's
we
go to
move
no.
forward?
We got the coach online. Let's go to Pittsburgh.
Oh, did
Let's-
he?
yeah,
Oh,
coach
yeah.
is
How do you-
welcome.
how do you-
Yeah, let's
Is
talk
he still
about
in Pittsburgh?
Pittsburgh.
Wait,
Welcome
hold
back,
on.
coach.
I think there's
Fellas.
confirmation that he's
Fellas,
still
it's
a Steeler.
Let's
fan.
talk about Pittsburgh.
Yeah, it's been some a long minute for me to be on this play.
Oh,
But-
yeah.
They
I
finally convicted
def-
Raplesburger.
Oh, come on now. We got to
Here
move
we go.
on. No,
Yeah,
but,
he's retired. Let him
Into the
retire in peace.
sunset.
hey, honestly, I just got to throw this out about the draft. I think that the Baltimore Ravens did they cleaned up. They
had the best draft.
did a
Yeah,
great job, and I bet you they'll be in a Super Bowl probably in the next 3 to 5 years, if not sooner. That's my prediction. They're going to be. I don't know if they're going to win it, but that's a lot of talent. They have a lot of talent from this draft, and I think the Eagles did well as well. But I also think the Jets. Anybody mention anything about the Jets yet?
No.
I don't think we did.
No,
winners
we
in
were
the
doing.
Jets yet.
We were doing.
Okay,
We were just
okay.
doing our teams right now.
But I agree
So-
with that. The Jets did well.
Yeah. But as far as the Steelers, they only had, I think, 3 or 4 picks. And, honestly, I really
There you
think,
go.
I think that the draft gurus got egg all over their face this year because of the quarterback situation. It's pretty embarrassing for, it was kind of like almost Aaron Rodgers, how he fell all the way
Hey,
down.
good
and
work.
He wasn't a big kid coming out of California, but
Mhm.
for that the guy from Liberty, what's his name? I can't think of his name off the top of my head.
This was a rough quarterback draft this year.
Yes,
Gotcha.
absolutely.
it was a receiver draft this year.
Yes, and I think that Pickett's
Yeah,
going
it's
to
like
be
every position was pretty deep.
Yep. So I think Pickett's going to be a wait and see. Obviously he played at Pitt, and I think the Steelers were
Hometown kid. Yeah.
homer about that, but It is what it is, and I think that the Steelers they'll finish above 500, probably like a I don't know.
Where do you see them at?
11-5.
Okay.
They might make the playoffs. Maybe I doubt it. Maybe a wild card. I'm not no big expectations because one thing that they did not do that like the Ravens did and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did, they got some big boys on the offensive line, and they didn't secure
Yeah,
their
that's
offensive
true.
line. So that scares me,
That's true.
especially with the rookie
That's
quarterback.
true.
Well, it's going to be Trubisky though, right? It ain't going to be Pickett.
I would say yes, you're right. Probably Trubisky will start, but you
Mhm.
know as well as I do, like in Atlanta and Carolina with these rookie quarterbacks, as soon as the backup, that's really, I mean,
You're gonna
who's
start
that?
beating down the
Mark-
door for the backups. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the fans are going to want to see the young bloods in there, and so we'll see. Maybe playoffs, probably not, but I was really impressed with how the Jets did with their draft.
Good job to the Jets, but they still suck.
They do. They do.
Well, we'll
All right,
see. Yeah, you gotta
We'll
see.
see.
We gotta wait and see. Yeah, we gotta wait and see.
Well, hold on, Coach. The one thing I don't think I got out of you, which I was getting at everybody else, was your prediction for your squad this year. I mean, I know you love the Baltimore Ravens and what they did. You talked about so many other teams. What do you think your Steelers honestly are going to do this year?
Yeah, like I
Give
said,
me a bold prediction.
I honestly think that they'll be lucky to make the playoffs if that.
Okay.
That's about their defense is solid. They didn't really show up anything on their defensive side, and like I said, the offensive line, no bueno. So
8-8,
yeah, maybe 10 and
9-8.
Can't be
Yeah.
a name, buddy.
He said 11-5 earlier.
like 11-5, 10-6, something like that.
17. There's 17 games, right?
Yeah, he that's what he said. He meant 11-6. That's what
Okay.
he
All right. Cool. Let's keep pushing then. Let's jump to the playoffs. You guys mentioned how weird it was yesterday with no playoffs, and you're not wrong. I mean, I turned the TV and I ended up watching an old game. God. First off, you know what, Ramon, I've been watching you a lot on Twitter. Everything you're saying, I pretty much agree with, my man.
Hey now.
Let's get to it. The ugliest series of the first had to be that Timberwolves Memphis series, right?
That shit was garbage.
Stupidest series. I thought it was gonna be really good because I really like Ja and I really like A1. But God.
I mean, when they went 4-2 though, right? There's other series. There's other series that went 4-1.
No, but it's the way it looked. Like you were building up Cat, or not you, but they were building up Cat. They were building up Ja to be all this and that. And then they had shitty series, and they
Cat
played
did pretty
terrible.
good, didn't he?
No, Cat was garbage. That closeout game, Cat was hot ass cheeks.
Oh my God!
Overall,
You know what
I thought
Cat
he
was
did.
good for? Cat was good for laughs. That man is insecure with himself entirely. Like Cat is a special type of character for sure. That dude he's a caricature of himself. All right, well, let's talk about what were the most entertaining series. Were there any series that you thought might have gone a different way and didn't?
Boston winning the way they did.
Yeah.
I think the Lakers not making it. That just went the whole.
Yeah.
Will said, "Fuck these playoffs."
Changes things.
Yeah.
It does.
So let me ask that question to the group out here. As far as like the Lakers or your team that didn't make it, does that affect you how you watch them? How you watch the playoffs?
Well, me and one thing, just like football, I love the sport. Basketball is kind of the same thing, but this is the first year for real. Normally, I don't feel that way, but it left really a bad ass taste in my mouth.
Yes.
What that team should have been, and then for them not to even make the buy-in when they couldn't win a game the last 9 games. I mean, now when I'm watching the playoffs, it's like I'm watching. I almost don't care if I see them but this is the first year I feel like that.
Right.
But I feel like the Lakers were so bad that I wish the season just didn't happen. That I don't even give a damn about watching the playoffs. So it's really weird because I love basketball and I love the sport. So it's really weird right now. I watch it, but I just feel weird.
Will, let me ask you this, and this from my perspective, I get exactly what you're saying. But for me, I had checked out on this Lakers squad so early. I didn't. There were people that were like, "Oh my God, we got hope that we win." Some of these 9 games. No, nigga, no hope. Just I'm over it, right? like I didn't watch the games and I didn't see us go down by 30 to everybody. You know what I'm saying?
No,
And then try to
that's
work
what-
their
that's
way
what
up. Like
it was. We would
I
go
already
up
knew what it
20
was.
and then end up losing by 20.
Yeah,
And
no. Anybody trying to watch that brand of basketball?
well,
Well,
I'll say this, and I'm gonna leave it alone because I'm sure you guys already had that discussion. But I'm not getting LeBron James off the hook. He's the
Hell
reason
no.
we're in this mess. That
Yeah.
dude wanted Westbrook. We brought Westbrook. For him to act like, oh, the Lakers need to go ahead and trade him, get rid of him, and fix this situation. No, nigga, you the reason why we're in this mess. So
No,
he ain't
nigga.
off the hook. The other thing is Westbrook, for all his turnovers, at least he
What's up, big
showed
dog?
up.
You
He was
good?
on the court. He was productive. And
Got a show going on here,
AD
guys. Got a show
Productive?
going on here.
show up. So when I look at this
Productive
squad,
is a bit much, though. Productive.
We have a
Well-
comment. We have a comment from one of our listeners.
Hey, listener.
The one Brian Henry says, "What the hell is Ramon looking at? Because he's looking off into space the whole show."
Wait for the wave to crash.
That's fine, Brian. Get on the show
That's too
and tell me
funny.
yourself.
And
Hey, well,
sorry,
back to,
not-
back to,
yeah, go ahead.
okay, I was just gonna say back to your question, Coach. I'm gonna be honest with you because I love the sport. Honestly, not having to worry about the Lakers and what the hell they're doing, I watch this so freely. It's like my first year not having to worry about fantasy football. Like I watch the game so freely. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. Like fantasy football, if the Lakers continue missing the playoffs, I'm going to lose interest. But you know what I'm saying? Like for right now, I've been able to watch everybody, so I've been able to see all the other teams. I mean, I essentially was planning to do this anyways, but because the Lakers suck so bad, I wasted money on the NBA League Pass this year because I just didn't want to watch it, right? But the playoffs have been another beast. And to Ramon's point, I am extremely taken back at how the Nets, when you talk about another overrated
Right,
team,
right.
yeah.
underperforming. I'm amazed at that. I liked the heart that the New Orleans Pelicans showed in that Sun series, but we knew they were overmatched. I feel some sort of way about Embiid and Doc Rivers and how that's going to work its way out because Eddie, you said it a few times. Shit, if they can't get Embiid, they're done. So it allowed me to just catch a bunch of other things that I probably wouldn't if the Lakers were.
But a lot of that shit especially with Embiid, it's over dramatized. I mean, you have that time where you have fucking Pierce that got out of the game. Oh, you knew he wasn't coming back. You got the time that Jordan was sick at fucking the playoffs, and oh shit, he's not coming back, and he was fine 48 hours later. So all this shit is over dramatized just to keep the people in the game. I see Embiid coming back, and if he has to wear that face mask, and
Yeah, I was
you'll be
about to
fine.
say, is that a
Yeah.
foregone conclusion that he's just not coming back? Or-
Can
He
we?
won't be back today.
That's what they.
I think they said he's missing the first 2 games for sure.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
he's not.
I'm
He's
about
not
to say he's
out.
missing
You
at least
know.
one.
But
They
is
said
it
at least 5
possible
days.
that we see the emergence of Houston Rockets, James Harden?
No,
Oh, no way. Get out
I
of
think
here.
that
Don't
guy's
think so,
gone.
huh?
I think that
I think
find
I
out.
think maybe, but it looks different. It's not gonna be as fast. I mean, he's still a elite playmaker, and it's not like
I
he
mean,
was just like super.
I'm
fast.
talking like
He's just a step.
35-point triple-double James Harden type.
Yeah, but what
Performance.
have we ever seen that James Harden in the playoffs anyway?
Yeah, on the
Wow.
Rockets.
Yeah, just not.
Rockets.
Yeah, just
No.
not game 7.
It's not game 7
You're
against
not
the
wrong.
Warriors. It's fine.
You're not wrong. You know what?
Real talk,
It's
Eddie.
not deep in the playoffs.
No, Renee, I need you to be
Real
honest
talk,
about this because you remember how you hated on T-Mac, right? T-Mac was regular season MVP, and then come the playoffs, he could never get his team.
T-Mac was never MVP. T-Mac just can't.
No, I don't necessarily mean
Oh,
literally MVP. I'm just talking
Are you-
about how
Yeah, but
You're
James
thinking-
Harden
you're thinking
literally
Eddie
got
Jones.
all the
You're
way
thinking
to
Eddie
the.
Jones.
He got to all the way to the Western Conference Finals to Game 7 with the
with Chris
crazy
Paul.
Warriors team, and they
with
lost.
Chris Paul, exactly.
Yeah.
With Chris
and
Paul.
he couldn't kill it without
Chris Paul wasn't
He
even
could-
playing. He was hurt.
He was playing the
Yeah, but Chris
No,
Paul was
he
on
got
that
there
team.
because of Chris
Yeah.
Paul. Yeah.
Yes. So
He got there
James
because of
Harden
Chris
didn't
Paul.
lead them there.
because
Yeah,
of Chris
absolutely.
Paul.
Wait, hold. What was because of James? It was absolutely because of Chris Paul. What do you
Oh,
mean?
thank
You
you.
make it sound like
Yeah.
we're crazy right now.
All right.
Can I throw something out real quick?
What's that, sir?
Of course.
Absolutely not. crazy.
I want to just say that I know how you Laker fans feel because
Ooh,
I'm trying to be as modest as I can and without jinxing the
You're all
Boston
happy?
Celtics.
Right.
I am. I mean, it's actually I like
look
you guys said
good.
about the Nets. I tell you
Yeah, they
what.
do.
Well, I did
Alex
want to
and-
ask your take on this, sir. Boston and Nets series, and then what do you see them going from here?
Hold on,
Yeah.
finish what you
Yeah.
were saying, Jason.
I was extremely disappointed in how the Nets performed. I thought for sure the Celtics were going to get snake bitten again, and they look so complete. It's just like Alex and I were talking about. It's about time that somebody gave the keys to that crazy man that used to dye his hair and take the flops and all that. Now he's running the team. Marcus Smart.
Oh,
And,
you're
I
not
was
wrong,
so
yeah.
confused.
and
I know. I'm
Nah,
like,
nah,
who? Dennis Rodman ain't a
As soon as you
Celtic.
said hair dye and flops, I knew exactly who you was talking about because that's what I used to think.
and
Marcus Smart too.
it's so nice to see him mature and
Yeah.
Jason Tatum finally playing defense. And my Jaylen Brown to me is he's the sixth
Second best
man.
player on that team.
You know, he's just
Yeah.
I just think he's what'd you say?
Oh, I just said second best player on the team.
Yeah, well, I mean, now Tatum, I mean, he just, you know, but it was nice to see, and this is going to be a challenge for the Celtics to see what they do with the big man, Giannis. You know, he's going to have to do what he has to do because what's his name's hurt, right?
Middleton.
Yeah. Is he out for the series or is he just a couple games or what?
I think he's
No,
missing
he's out for the
second round.
series.
Yeah, I think he's missing the
wow.
second round entirely.
Wow.
Shit.
They said he
Celtics
might miss.
win,
Yeah,
then.
they said he might be
Celtics win.
done.
So,
Hey, if
so
the Celtics,
here's,
okay, so let me ask you this: if the Celtics don't win, what does that say about them? Because I think they should win the series,
Yeah,
If-
they're
if
not
they-
ready.
especially the way they
That's-
played last year.
that's
play
exactly
today.
what I was going to say. Yep, that's what I was going to say. If they don't win this series with this advantage of, you know, the injury, that it shows that how bad the Nets were because
I was going to
Oh,
say that. I was going to say, what's that say about Katie and Kyrie?
No, I think that
Well,
just says
see,
that
you know,
Giannis
I know,
is
They're
that
not
great.
superstars.
yeah,
I
but
think
you
that's
know,
what
Yeah,
that
yeah.
says.
you look
Giannis
at
is just
KD,
that
and
good.
I'm glad that KD did what
That too,
he
yeah.
did, but Kyrie, he didn't show up, in my opinion.
No. Just
But
the
I do
first
think
game,
that-
but yeah.
I think the Celtics now, if the Celtics win, who would they play if they beat the Bucks?
The
series?
They'll
Heat
play
or
the
the
Probably
Heat
the
or the
Heat.
Sixers.
The Heat
No,
or
they're gonna
76ers.
play the Heat.
So they play the Heat.
They're gonna play the Heat. The Heat are gonna
Yeah.
get away from that series. Yeah, they're gonna play the Heat.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, let's let the series begin first before
I
we
know.
start
I-
getting
For real.
predictions. You know what I mean?
It's my prediction.
Go ahead and anoint him. You already know. You already
But
said who he
I-
was.
I-
Go
you know,
ahead and
Rick-
I
anoint
do
him.
want to say,
Rick
you know,
is
I
a
don't
Butler
think that,
fan, man.
I don't
that's
think
the
the
shit.
Celtics are going to win the championship. If they do, that's great. But it's just nice from this side because I would hear you guys year after year about the Lakers.
You
Now
just
it's-
jinxed it now.
They picked the wrong coast.
Yeah.
They picked the
I'm
wrong
just
coast.
saying,
did.
hey,
You did. Jason, I don't want to hear that shit from you, okay? Because we're not the ones that took you to our floor after we beat you in the finals, okay? Granted, hey,
While the locker room
hey,
still smells like
amazing
champagne.
experience. Yeah, amazing
remember that.
experience, but I'm just saying.
I don't remember that. All I
The
remember is
hell you
somebody.
do.
I just remember somebody doing this behind my back. That's all.
Oh, that was a great picture.
That
Great
was.
picture.
Oh my goodness! When I saw that picture, I was like, I was mad, but I was happy. I was like, that was funny. That was funny.
Nothing but good size, man. Nothing
Absolutely.
but good size. for
Hey,
sure.
real quick though, what about Booker? Is he coming back or is he what's going on?
He's back. He's already
That's
played.
a tough
Yeah.
injury, though.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, but he ain't
tomorrow.
100%. He's not 100%.
He'll play
Is that
tomorrow.
going to be a factor in the West?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a big factor. Hey,
Who do
guys,
they
I'm gonna
play
be honest
next?
with y'all. They play. Oh my God, they play Memphis.
They play the Mavericks.
Yeah.
No, they play. Oh no, you're right. They play the
No,
Mavericks.
they
You're
play
right.
the Mavericks. Yeah. Yeah.
They
Mavericks.
can beat the
Mavericks.
Mavericks. They can play the Mavericks. They can beat the Mavericks without Booker.
I'm shocked that the Mavericks won, but you know that's neither here nor there. I think that's because of the Frenchman.
I
I
think
don't.
they're shocked that they beat the Timberwolves. Isn't that who they played?
No.
No,
they played
Utah.
the Jazz.
Utah.
Oh yeah, Utah. That's right.
We're
Utah.
talking about
Utah
Utah was
sucks.
the best team in the
Yeah.
West for a little bit of the season. Obviously, the Suns sort of ran with that, but yeah, I was
They
shocked.
ran them
Hey,
down.
look, if I'm being honest with y'all, to me, the best team in the league right now is
The
Golden
Warriors.
State. Yeah, it's Golden State,
Yeah.
fam.
So
Yeah,
you,
it's
so they play the
Yeah.
Grizzlies.
Say that,
What do you think this series is going to look like?
Sweep
sweet.
and
A
get
sweep?
some rest. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go 5 at best.
When it,
At
before the
best.
play, before the playoffs started, I had Phoenix and Milwaukee, but after a few injuries, this and that, I think Golden State and the Celtics are going to be in the finals.
I like that.
I don't hate that.
like
I don't hate that at all.
I like that. I still have a hard time. If Miami stays healthy, I have a hard time betting against Jimmy Buckets just because
Yeah.
I mean that dude.
We see Miami and the Warriors in the playoffs.
Yeah, he got heart, but I'm not mad at the Celtics either. You know, I really ain't. So
So
Yeah,
nobody
it's-
sold on the Bucks?
hell no.
Not without
I mean, and
Middleton
that's
now.
not, and that's
That's a one-man
Yeah.
show.
Hell no.
yeah. No, I mean, it's,
I don't know.
it's like-
I'm a big Drew fan, but I don't know how that
Yeah.
looks. Like I love Drew Holiday, but I don't know.
great. He's great. Yeah.
Especially
But I
against
just- I
Yeah.
don't see it.
like this. It's not enough firepower against the Celtics.
Yeah.
I agree with
Because
that.
they got 3 guys who can go for 20 easy, and then 3 guys who are locking up your best
Yeah.
3 wing players.
Yeah, their defense, the Celtics defense is lights out almost.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah.
that
Hey, are
goes
they,
down to
That
4
would be a
minutes.
great finals to see them go against the Warriors though.
Yeah.
Are
Yeah.
are the Celtics getting back Robert Williams anytime this year?
Yeah, he's
He's
back.
back already. Pay attention.
Oh, is he back? I missed him. Okay. Missed him. I completely missed him. I was watching so much of everybody else. I completely missed him.
He's definitely a
crazy.
force to reckon with.
That's why
Yeah,
I think
no.
they would beat Miami. I think their defense, Jimmy Buckets will do whatever he does. You know, he's a great player, but I think they can shut down
For the fat
six
stat
man.
sheet, yep.
I think you're forgetting how good
think
the
you can shut
Miami's
down-
defense is. They got Jimmy. They got Bam.
Yeah, but they're not. But right. But
They
they're
got
not
a
better.
killer
Keep going. No,
defense.
keep going. No, keep going. Jimmy,
But
They
they're-
Bam.
got Lowry, who's I don't know if he'll be back by then. He plays
Larry ain't
defense.
locking up nobody. He ain't locking up nobody.
Oladipo plays defense. Their whole team plays
Oladipo,
defense.
Oladipo
Yeah,
don't
but
play.
the Celtics have the number 1 defense, and I
Just
see them
saying.
locking up the 6 man. He ain't really a hero, Tyler Hero.
Like you say the
Ooh,
Celtics
that
have
was
what?
a bar.
You said the
Eddie
Celtics are
P.
going like they can get 2 or 3 people to score 20 at any moment. Miami has like 4 or 5. That's a fact.
Ooh.
That can score
Ooh.
20.
Yeah.
Oladipo, Bam.
Oladipo don't play.
Hold on, Jimmy.
So
he
Oladipo
just
don't
played
play.
last
Oladipo-
game. What do you- He doesn't play.
Yeah, in garbage.
Okay.
He played one time in
Bam.
a series.
Bam.
Okay.
Tyler Hero. That's 4 already off rip.
You're not getting
Lowry.
Oladipo if he doesn't
Lowry
play in
can
the
get
series.
20 at any point.
You
I
just
just
said he was
named
hurt.
5 people.
You just said he was hurt. You just said he was hurt.
I said he'll be back by then. Is what I said.
Yeah, but they won't be
No,
doing
you said you
that
hope he'd be back.
with the Celtics defense.
I mean, you can't stop everyone. You can stop 2 players like Kyrie and
They just
KD.
hold
You
on.
can't
You
stop.
just
Hold on.
clamped Kyrie.
I
Okay,
just
yeah,
said
go
you
ahead.
can't stop everyone. If there's 4 players that are doing it instead of 2, it's easier to stop
They
2
have
than 4.
they have 3 first-team all defensive players.
So they're just clamping up straight up the whole time.
Who
I'm just asking
they need
you.
help? Marcus Smart don't need help. Jason Tatum, you just seen what Jason Tatum did, and Jalen Brown is
And they
just
and
fine.
they doubled KD
Yeah.
every time almost.
That's fine. That's a set. Okay, they're not
But you
doubling
do
anybody.
you
from
do
Miami.
whatever you got to do to make it work. And if
Yeah.
you have
Not
a team
doubling
that has good
Miami.
chemistry,
I'm just saying. I
knows how to
think
play
like
defense,
if they play each other, it's going to be a lot closer. Probably a 7-game series.
Nobody said it was gonna be a sweep.
No,
Though.
said
Damn.
it's not. Yeah.
What,
Yeah, nobody said it
and
was a sweep.
Celtics? You're talking about the Bucks and Celtics?
No, I'm talking about the
No,
Heat
no,
and Celtics.
Miami.
If they
Oh, Heat
meet,
and
if they meet.
Well, let's
if
get
they
let's
meet.
let's
I
go
would
one
love
game
to
at a
see a
time.
7-game
Let's go
series
one game. Let's
between
talk
those
about the
two.
current game. Okay, let's talk about the current game. All right.
Yes, sir.
Stop,
Yes, sir,
stop,
Luna.
stop trying
Sorry,
to
sir.
predict the future, Nostradamus is.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, so Warriors Grizzlies, where do you guys see that series ahead? Is that the
Warriors
sweep?
5.
Warriors.
Warriors.
Yeah, probably a sweep.
Six-
I can't really even see them winning 1.
A couple
Maybe,
of you,
but probably not.
a couple.
I'd
you
rather
see-
be wrong about the 5. If it goes 4, great. But 5, they might sneak one out.
They may.
Maybe.
Grizzlies win first game.
Grizzlies win first game.
No.
Yep.
No.
Okay.
Gentlemen,
Okay.
and then gentlemen sweep.
That's
I'm
today.
just telling you, they win the
We'll
first
see.
game.
We'll see. That's today.
I'll let you know how it goes after.
Tomorrow,
I see.
76ers Heat.
The good
What do
thing you have to
a
keep
couple
the
of,
plan for the
couple of
rest
you
of
guys
the year.
already see Miami winning that series, but the rest of you, 76ers Heat. What do you guys think about that?
He should win it.
Yeah, especially with Embiid out. Yeah.
Yeah, he should win it.
But he's out for the first 2 games only. So you think that's going to make a big difference?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Well, no, because then like to Renee's stupid point, Miami does have some defenders. Like it's just Embiid and James. Other than that,
Okay.
like I'm not really worried about anybody else.
We haven't even touched this one. What about the Mavericks and Suns? Where do you guys see this one going?
Suns and 3.
6.
Suns and 3.
Suns and 3?
I think 6.
No,
I
I'm
think
kidding.
Lucas sneaks out 2 games. But I don't think it's
Yeah,
gonna be
I
like
don't
a
think they have
series. I
anybody
just
guard
think they
Luka.
like win.
You
a
think
couple,
they
right?
you think they win the ones at home? Maybe couple
Yeah,
at home.
probably, or they steal one. But I think it'll be 6. I think Luca will make it a fight for 6. To be honest.
Okay, well that's tomorrow, so we'll see how that goes. And we already talked on the Bucks and Celtics, and you guys think without Giannis, the Celtics pretty much have this done.
Without
Chris,
Middleton.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, without Middleton.
Without Middleton, I'm sorry.
No, we got
Yeah,
your
you
back.
good.
You got your back because you do what you do.
Yeah.
I'm still rooting
Yeah.
for the Bucks.
Devin.
So Giannis can't pull this team on his back.
Oh yeah, he can.
He can.
That's what I'm saying.
And he
If
will.
This
Giannis
heavy.
wins this series, he's obviously showing you that he's like the best player in the league.
Yes,
Yeah,
I will
that's
go
a
that.
fact.
Yes, I will go that
Yeah,
far.
he is.
I
If
agree
he
with that.
carries them through this series and wins it, he's the best
Absolutely,
player in the league,
absolutely,
hands down.
absolutely.
I don't even
Because
think
he's
he
gonna
needs to
do
win
it
in order
in-
for that to be solidified.
No, he does, but it's fine. But Giannis probably gonna have to average like some crazy stat line. I'm not getting this to you right now, Rick. Just move the podcast along.
What did he say?
Okay,
Okay,
my
he's
bad.
gone.
I
No,
know,
he's
right?
gone.
He was muted.
He was yelling. He was handing out orange slices.
Soccer ball knocked the phone
Oh.
out of his hand.
My bad, y'all. My bad. It's
Orange
Tyson just
slices.
scored a great goal. Like, my bad. Orange slices. You stupid. Because we don't do that. We don't do that. We give them the whole orange now. They're old enough.
Oh.
All right. Let's keep this pushing. All right. So we didn't
yourself.
talk the NBA through and through. But I do want to talk about one thing. Is usually we be in the second quarter talking about what's happening in the world, and really I don't know what's happening in the world. I've been head down trying to recover from all them trips. Unless y'all got something for that. No.
There's
Okay.
a war,
There's
there's a war in
segment?
Ukraine.
Huh?
I said there's
said
a
it's-
war in Ukraine going
There's a
on.
No, there is a
Ukraine.
war in Ukraine. Yeah. Yo, okay, so hold on. Let's talk about it real quick. 'Cause there's a weird spot at the beginning of the draft. I don't know if you guys saw it, but they had a lady come out, who I don't remember exactly what her affiliation was with Vegas, but it was like, I don't know if she's a performer or what. Either way, that she was originally from Ukraine, and she was God blessing America and thanking America for all our support or all the support to Ukraine and everything. And I was sitting here thinking the entire time, like, this is awkward. What are we doing? Can anybody fill in the blank for me?
I was exactly the same way. I was like, is this something funny? Like, it was very strange.
We've been sending them money since 2016, funding them.
Okay, so we're sending them money for a war that they're losing.
No, but we were sending money before.
How would we know?
Yeah.
Like you
no,
expect the
okay.
government to come
Bad
out and tell you,
investment.
oh, by the way, we've been over here funding and putting together and didn't want
Yeah,
y'all
no,
to
Yeah,
know.
they're
So
gonna
who
start
knows?
getting our asses kicked.
I have
Yeah, we
no idea.
send other countries money,
if
but
you
we're
think
like
about it,
trillions of dollars in
about
debt.
it, Russia's huge. Ukraine is small. I mean, it really shouldn't be. It'd be like us going to war with, I don't know,
China?
Mexico.
not even Mexico.
small.
It'd be like
Puerto Rico. It'd be like
Taiwan
going to
or
war in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, like it
Wherever
shouldn't-
Tim
it
Duncan's
shouldn't be
from.
a war. Like it should be a stomping. So I don't
The
I don't
Virgin
really know what's
Islands.
going on over there. So I don't buy what we're being told. Let's just put it that way.
Right.
No, yeah, you
That's
can
fair.
never buy that.
Don't make no
That's fair.
damn
Nah.
sense.
I agree.
Make
It
no
was mad
damn
weird to me. I was like, we had to, Roger Goodell, he's been in this I gotta be PC when I want to be, phase. And so he's got all these different representatives doing stuff, just trying to be cool and accept it. I mean, he already got his extension, just accept that, right? But like that for me was just super weird. Like I didn't understand what was happening. And all the applause and everything. I was like, I know it's Vegas. They drunk. They don't even know what's happening.
Speaking
But-
of super weird, hold on, Rick, real quick. So if you want to stay on that same topic, you think it's weird that Ice Cube was like the announcer / performer, right?
Yeah.
How can you
That
do
was awkward.
that? But you weren't
That
part
was
of the Super Bowl halftime show. That was the thing
was
that had me so kind of like what?
Was he
Secondly,
invited?
I
Yeah.
don't know, but how do you represent the West without Cube? Period. Let's just.
Well, but
that's a
then-
whole-
but
that's a
he
whole
turned
other
it down.
conversation.
It wasn't
It wasn't,
really like
but it wasn't
it was
just the
Dre's
West.
show.
It was Dr. Dre.
It don't.
Exactly. That does matter.
I mean, I don't know, unless you want to go back to NWA and be like, yo, I brought
So
Cube
then
back.
that tells a different narrative, and that's a different story, because I was like, why is Cube here now? You know what I mean? Like, why he out here dolo? Why he ain't got no squad with him? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, where's his beats at? You know what I mean? And then he performed later, and I
Yeah.
was like, this show is boo boo. Like, Cube, shut that down, player. Just go back in the crowd with everybody else. You know what I mean? But anyway,
So,
that was my take.
if I'm being completely honest on Ice Cube, as of late, I feel like a lot of moves that he's been making, like in the public, in terms of the things that he's speaking on, sound real like Uncle Thomas to me. Like this nigga just wants to be accepted. And I'm like, yo, you started your whole career off with basically saying fuck the police and just saying how you feel. And like lately,
America's Most Wanted.
yeah, you have switched to like, oh nah, it's cool, whatever. Don't fuck up the bag type shit. You know what I mean? And it's real weird to see, people change like that. Like, I mean, I follow Cube and I've seen his little Twitter, comments and things like that. And it's just like, Cube, what the fuck is you talking about? What happened?
What if he never changed?
Worried about being
What if
shadow
he
banned.
don't-
How gangster are you? Were you worried about being shadow banned? You know
I'm
what I mean?
saying, but look at the gangster.
That ain't gangster. That ain't
Getting
gangster.
what? Getting what?
Made fun of
Shadow
him
ban?
because
Shadow banned on
he
Twitter.
didn't come from the streets
What's that mean?
because
Fuck that.
he didn't come from the suburbs. So maybe he's always been an actor.
Hey, real shit. Every
Yeah.
time I see CB4, I'll be looking at Ice Cube differently.
Yeah.
So
Y'all remember
so
that movie,
saying,
CB4?
Maybe he's always
Chris
been the
Rock.
same. We just thought.
Straight out low cash.
Well,
Where's he from?
Oh,
Isn't he
cash.
from Riverside or some shit?
Hey, man.
Well,
he spent a lot of time in like there's a city directly across the street from, literally directly across the street from Inglewood, it's Los Angeles City proper. And his aunt lived where like a lot of his rap songs was talking about like Thoreau and 111th. So he was like quasi gang member for 111th neighborhood Crips. And then he clicked up with. Then he clicked up with like Dre and them was out in Compton. But to your point, that dude went to high school in Hamilton, which is like in like Robertson area, right? He's out in like the Smarty Arty areas. Yeah, the Smarty Arty areas.
Wangster?
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like he's always been an actor. So
but is he married?
He hasn't changed.
What is his wife? Is she black or white?
Kim? Beats from Kim? She black?
Okay. Well, at least he's sticking to his race.
Oh,
shit.
Wow, that was a wow shot.
What? Damn.
Oh, I'm just saying.
Wow. Hey,
Doesn't sound too
I
Uncle
don't
Tom.
agree with that,
No,
KD.
sorry,
Just
buddy.
say no. I'm off that way. That's funky.
Maybe his wife is the one that's really
That
gangster.
was funky.
That's fair.
shit.
Yeah,
And
that
maybe he
was
has a new
okay.
movie coming out.
That doesn't sound too Uncle Thomas. Fucking Luda. Oh man, yeah, that means fucking Keyshawn's Uncle Tom too. I saw his wife. I looked her up right now.
No,
Is
but
she
she
hot?
Latino. No, she Latino or something like that though.
The last name's Conrad.
Oh shit.
Ugh.
Conrad.
It's not
Start
with a
rolling
K,
some
is
of them
it?
other letters.
Oh man,
Yeah, I think she Latina.
All
But
right, now
anyway,
let's keep
we'll
it
keep
pushing.
it pushing. No more Luda's racist ass comments.
Stick to your own race.
All right, shit. It was what men think time. I mean, we don't really have anything for the past couple of weeks. My goodness, we're supposed to be very fluid today, and we aren't doing too well with this fluidity. What we got some what men thinks? Anybody ideas?
Luda's racist.
No,
You know what?
Luda's racist.
Oh, so I just have a quick question about what has been going on in our world, obviously, with Elon Musk and Twitter. Any thoughts on that?
Let's talk about that.
that he bought it.
No more censorship, baby.
Is it really? I don't know.
Is there a hidden message? Do you think that he's trying to? I just
Take over the
I don't-
world.
Well, look, I don't
Line
know
his
the
pockets
dude.
some more.
I don't trust the dude. He's a rich ass dude that I have. I mean, if I'm a millionaire and I'm a businessman, I don't know what his reasons for buying it. I mean, I doubt it has anything good to do for us.
Right.
But I can guarantee if it's some way that he's gonna make some money somewhere. So
That's
I
why,
don't
yeah.
Right.
Look, the way I see it is people like him that get that rich and want to keep getting like to get to
Yes.
where you're at. You've done some dirty ass shit to get to where you're at. So
Well, you got trust fund money.
that's what scares me. Yeah,
You got
whatever.
trust fund money.
yeah, they're
but-
acting like he's a savior,
Yeah.
free speech, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't buy that.
I don't either.
No.
No,
I don't know if he has
Fuck
trust
that
fund
guy.
money, but
Fuck that guy.
he's got
Um,
money.
it's
All
a weird
those lies,
scenario.
what about censorship?
Right.
I mean, I
that
think
is
a
something really
part of it, a
definitely-
little bit of his reason does have to do with freedom of speech, but the bigger reason it has him to do with fucking just continuing to build his empire. And Twitter's a big platform. I don't give a fuck about Twitter.
Twitter's huge.
I don't
Get
have
on
to.
there.
Twitter's
but-
amazing.
Yeah.
Twitter,
I just-
Twitter,
I mean,
How many of you guys have Twitter accounts?
I
that
don't.
you use?
I got on. Yeah.
Oh, that
Yeah,
you use?
I
I,
got
don't
like
use
4.
mine.
Yeah,
I
I have
know.
one,
Bro,
but I don't-
some girls,
I
some
really
girls
use it.
stole Renee's.
Yeah,
The
some
only-
girl try to
the only
steal my
Twitter I read.
profile.
Oh, really?
Trying to sell,
Yeah.
trying to sell ass.
Yeah.
So
real Renee.
So Renee, so you use it a lot.
I don't
So
use
how
mine
did you
at
feel
all.
When he took that over, when he bought it, did that make you feel some kind of way?
I don't use it at all. That's why mine got stolen.
No,
Uh,
yeah, some girls stole it.
Ramon's the one that uses it the most, honestly.
Well, how'd you feel, Ramon?
I don't
Did it
care.
make you feel some kind of way?
I don't care. No, I don't care.
Well,
But it is a little interesting that he decided to buy Twitter. Like, kind of like what for?
Yeah.
Maybe the censorship.
Yeah.
I know a bunch of people who've gotten their accounts suspended
Blocked.
permanently for saying like the N word, the hard R though,
I was about
or
to say,
saying
yeah.
like mentally challenged kids, but with the R word. Yeah,
Oh.
they said that and they got their shit
I mean,
blocked.
but do
too,
you
so.
but do you really
Oh,
feel
for
that
using
they
the
should
word-
be banned permanently for even saying it?
I
You
don't
said
think.
what, Will?
Do you feel that they should have been banned permanently for saying?
I don't really care like that they use the word. So no.
That's what
Which
I'm
word
saying.
are
I
we
think it
talking
depends.
about?
I think it
The
depends
N word
on-
with the R or the
Yeah.
retarded word?
I mean,
Both.
to me doesn't matter,
Both.
man.
Both.
Both words.
All right, so I got another question for you. I heard
Just
something
say
on
it,
the
kid.
radio
I'm
the other
kidding.
day about people flying and how people have been so belligerent, obviously with COVID and coming back. and
Oh my
flying.
God.
So here are my two questions to you. If and when you fly again, do you think that the people that have been removed from the plane should be either permanently banned or whatever? That's my first question. Do you think they should? I personally think they should be permanently banned. Second question that I heard was very interesting. Should they allow alcohol on planes?
Okay.
Wait,
So
Well,
I
first
can I-
of
can I-
all,
can I-
what are you talking about? Because what do you mean people that have been
People-
banned?
People that have been removed from airplanes or have caused problems on the
It's like
airplane.
causing a scene
Like
and shit
prior
on the
to-
plane.
Yeah.
If they should be
Yes.
allowed to get back on and start flying again?
Or
Yes.
ever fly again. I
I
mean,
think you should be
I don't
given a
know,
chance
man,
depending on what you
because-
did.
well, I mean,
if they were put off because they were arguing and fighting over a face mask, and all of a sudden now they're saying face masks are fine. I don't know.
Hold on.
if-
yeah,
Let me
you might-
let me challenge that real quick. So I'm talking directly to Big Will, aka Shipwrecker. If you broke a law and you broke a rule and then that rule changed, you're basically saying all those who broke the law when it was in fact the law, well, now they should be absolved of their rule breaking. That's the equivalent of
No, that
people
ain't the case.
who smoke weed and got
I was about to
pinched
say,
and went
that's
to
the weed.
jail and went to
Yeah.
jail. But now, because
ain't
the
happening.
rules changed, now we need to let everybody who smoked weed out of jail. I mean, or anyone who had weed or sold weed out of jail because, well, it's not the law anymore.
It's
Or-
okay now. Yeah.
Exactly. So I don't necessarily agree with it because if the rule was a specific rule at that time,
Oh,
how many rules have changed in the last decade that you would have basically had to pull all these people out of jail because at the time it was the law. So you can't break the rules and say now the rules have changed. Now everyone else is absolved for all their wrongdoing at that time.
No,
The
I get
rules were
that. I mean,
ruled in
no,
place
I-
at that time for the
I
safety of
understand that.
everyone else on that plane, and
I
they broke that
understand
rule.
and
I don't think anyone
that's-
should be
that's
banned
very
from
fair to say.
flying, from
But I'm just
flying unless
saying,
you're like a
when it's
a
you.
threat.
right.
Well, like I said, I'm not sure what exactly you guys are talking about with people that have been put off planes.
Is it a
I've
mask
seen
reason
some
or is it a
arguments
certain
and
another
different
reason?
things.
people acting belligerent. You ain't seen nothing crazy on social media.
Yeah, I've seen that, but I'm saying I don't think they deserve to be banned for life. Like whatever.
But,
Like
I
I think
mean,
it
go
depends
act
what you
out.
did. Yeah,
The-
I mean
the
the
majority-
people
I mean,
get
if
That's what
you're
I'm
like
saying. I mean,
trying
I
to
guess
bomb
I'm
the
saying
plane or you're doing
depends on it. Did
threats
you
like that, I
physically
get it.
assault somebody?
Right.
You
Right.
know, you got into a verbal altercation over something, and maybe spat on them. You know, I was like, okay,
Right.
that's a little.
So
Let
So
me
here's
see.
a prime example. Mike Tyson just got in a
Yes.
fight on a plane.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's not going to be banned for life, but yet
he's
somebody
banned for
arguing
life.
over a mask
He's banned.
is being banned for life. Like that's stupid and that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So then let me maybe switch it to this gear. Then I heard the same conversation that they're thinking about banning alcohol because people would
Get stupid.
get to a certain point before they got on the plane,
belligerent.
get
Yeah.
on the
Mhm.
plane, and then they're
Yes,
just a
yes,
hot
keep
mess.
going.
Yes, exactly.
Well, then you would have to stop selling alcohol in the airport.
Right.
I'm simply asking what.
Right.
Trust me, I'll have a beer or two before I pop on a flight sometimes. So
Or but they don't
And
want to
it
sell
hel- it
alcohol on a
helps a lot of
plane. I'm
people
okay with
buy
that.
it.
That's not a big deal.
Yeah,
I'm getting
yeah, I
belligerent
say-
most of the time.
No,
Well,
I
I'll
say
let me-
keep
I'll
it
say
off the
this.
plane.
I'll say this in for KD. I did have someone while I was flying from here to Oakland. I had my mask on, but I had it down here, so my nose was, exposed, and I was asleep on the flight, and
Oh,
I
they
was-
pulled your mask up.
I was woke up by being hit with something, and so I was like, "Oh!" I woke up and realized it was one of those laminated, things they put like instructions in the thing, and I had headphones on, so I'm listening to music, and I'm like, "What the fuck hit me?" I turned, and it's some old white lady just yelling at me like I couldn't hear what she was saying, but I assumed she was saying, "Put my mask on," and I was like, "Oh, okay, no problem." But man, I was furious.
Yeah, you
No,
don't
that-
fucking
right.
hit someone.
There's a way to
Personal
do
Yes.
space.
Right.
That's a
You could
personal
have got
space.
the attendant to ask me. You could have got there was someone sitting by me. Could have, can throw some shit at me, man. Man, when the flight was
I'm a
over, I could
shipwrecker,
tell
woman.
she was back there with her whole crew, and they were all waiting to see. But I already knew it was gonna happen to me if I did something or said something.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
I walked away. But man, I was furious.
How old was she?
Looked like she was in her like late 60s, early
so she
70s.
was an old ass
older
lady.
She was
lady.
32. So
I'm
she
gonna
was
say this
32.
too. If you do have like a, you're worried about dying from COVID, you shouldn't be getting on no plane with a bunch of people.
No, but
Yeah.
like
I don't
you
care
said,
if you're a
it's
mask or
the
whatever. Like
rule.
if you're
You're
that,
not wrong.
No,
I'm
and
just
I
saying if
know-
you're that worried,
But
you
I'm
should not be
saying
getting.
I
No,
can,
I'm not
I
even
can
mad at
live
you. I'm
with
talking about
that
her
if you're
in
like, hey,
general.
sir, could you please put your mask on?
Yeah,
Because I know the rules.
yeah,
I would have been like, yeah, no problem, boom, boom, boom.
yeah. I'm
But
just
I-
saying in
I
general
see
though.
thinking,
If
oh,
you're
I can get away
worried,
with it, I put it down so I can breathe
Well-
and sit there. And then I'm getting smacked with some laminated piece of
Yeah.
plastic.
Yeah.
Like, have you lost your fucking mind?
I'm
So let
worried
me
about
ask
something
y'all-
happening. I'm not gonna show up or do that thing.
Right.
Whatever it is.
So let me
like-
ask y'all a question, because I recently flew back from DC, and this was like a day or two after, the president said no more masks, and everybody was happy. But of course, because I changed my flight so late, I got the center seat and I was stuck in between two people, unmasked. I was masked with the hoodie on, but unmasked, and they were just sneezing, coughing, hacking, and doing loogies everywhere. I was like, of course. Let me just ask y'all for real, a two-part question, but I'm gonna let you ask the first one. How do y'all feel about the mask mandate being lifted just in general?
Good.
It's great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And-
Okay.
and-
It's like Tony Preston. I can breathe again.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I never understood that argument, but all right. All right. So
Right.
then let me ask you.
No, and by the
again-
way, when you're talking about someone sneezing and coughing, no one liked that before COVID.
Yep.
No, oh, for sure.
Come
So
on.
I'm just saying, I mean, I don't care where I'm at. I'm not
Before-
trying to be next to someone.
Good
who's
job,
dying.
Will.
I would have pushed that button and said, move my seat right now.
Right.
No,
No,
but
I
they,
get
but
it after
prior,
COVID, but I mean,
prior
even before
COVID, prior COVID, people be like, "Could you cover your mouth?"
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You're not going to ask somebody
Yeah,
to put
but-
your mask on.
But,
Fuck that.
but
They-
here goes.
But you have the option. You have the option to do it.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So let me ask you guys this question, because I've always thought about this. Like, so overall, what do y'all think "Oh boy, lifting the mask mandate" really says about just this whole ordeal? Because I think, remember at first, saying the whole thing was mask up, pushing the vaccination on everybody. We need to get to a certain point. Like, did we reach that certain point? Is that all of a sudden why the mask mandate is lifted, or was it bullshit to begin with? Well, I already know where you're gonna go with this, so hold on just a second. I want to hear, what do y'all think? Like,
I'm gonna say that shit was faked up.
I would respectfully disagree, Luda, because
I don't think it was fake. I think they didn't know a lot of shit about what happened, so they
I think
panicked
there was
like
something
they
out
always
there.
do.
I'm
They
gonna
push the panic
retract.
button.
I'm gonna retract. I think there was something out there because many people got sick and passed away. There was something. I just think they over exaggerated the fear that there's more to this than there's out there. Whatever. I don't want to.
And I'm gonna throw
theory
that
or
out.
No,
whatever.
but don't let the. But he was very specific on the mask. So whether something was out there or not is a whole different thing. He was saying the man lifting the mask. Did the mask do anything? Was the mask necessary? Did the mask stop anything? That's the question.
I don't know
So
if it
for us
stopped
going
anything. I
to
think it
stores,
helped.
being fearful, being inside planes, being fearful, did the mask stop anything?
I
I
don't think.
don't know. Again, I respectfully disagree. I don't know if the intent was ever to stop anything. Stopping the inevitable.
Well, obviously it's
but-
not. Vaccines
Okay.
don't stop it.
Easy,
the mask
player.
for sure ain't
Hold
stopping
on. I'll let you talk real quick. So I think the whole point was this was an inevitability, right? They said before, at the onset, this time 2 years ago, they were basically saying it's going to take at least 2 to 3 years to get out of the pandemic. And this is the path to get through it as least disruptive as possible. And what happened was the intent of the mask was not to be 100% preventative. It was to slow the spread of COVID. So while they were developing some type of vaccine or whatever the case is, or so that the hospitalization rates would be lower, or those in hospitals can be treated because they have enough facilities and resources to treat those who would be hospitalized. But the arc of a pandemic, if anyone's looked at any historic pandemic, it always rides the same type of path. There are multiple waves, and over time, those waves get smaller and smaller, but the waves continue to persist no matter what. So the very beginning of our wave, the most recent wave in this pandemic, was this massive wave. Then they went into like full lockdown. Okay, fine, we slowed that down. But then once they released that lockdown, let's say it was like summer, fall of 2020, That wave was massive. Okay, compared to the first wave. Then it was that winter. If you guys remember, it was like everybody was sick and everybody was dying. Everybody's getting hurt. The whole point was that was an inevitability. You want to be able to continue to minimize the size of those waves because the resources. But the whole point is, let me finish. The whole point is that the resources to slow the spread of the virus it's capped at how many people can be doctors, how many people can be nurses, how many hospital beds, how many hospitals, how many people can be sick and die, crematorium, anything that you can think of that's a part of the healthcare system. The healthcare system was overwhelmed. The masks only slowed that situation. It was never intended to stop it. It was an impossibility to stop it. So to Rick's final point was, well, now that we have the mask lifted, yes, we have reached a threshold that either the hospitalization rate is much lower, the death rate is virtually the same, but it's a percentage of total. And then finally, because so many people have been vaccinated, we have a certain, or we've already contracted the virus. We have a natural ability or immunity to resist if you contract it again. Or for those, back to your point about people on the plane, it's your choice now. If you want to wear a mask, wear the fucking mask. If you don't want to wear the mask, don't wear the fucking mask. Even if that's a placebo effect that makes you feel good, because that mask doesn't do anything.
That's a 50-cent word.
Even if it doesn't do anything, it makes you feel going inside, so you can go about your everyday life and not be freaking out on a freaking plane.
But I'm going to say what to Rick's
that dissertation. Oh, I know who drank all the Kool-Aid, but go ahead.
It's called education. I'm sorry, Claire.
No,
my 2 cents is I wish they would have said what Renee said about the planes from day one. If you're concerned and you have a health concern, or you have background with your health, or you're older,
that's the way it should have always been.
Exactly.
You should have had a choice. Decision. If you have a compromise,
because then when someone goes to the hospital or someone gets sick, then they can't blame the government.
Y'all know, but y'all know they do that anyway. Right. Y'all know they do that. This is America, bro. We stupid shit.
So can
let's say you get sick. Let's say you get sick and you go to the hospital, right? It was your choice to go to the to live your life. You get sick, and then the hospital itself only has 100 rooms, but there's 200 people sick. Now what do you do?
Put them in the lobby. That's what's going to happen.
The lobby, really? Luda?
Well, you're gonna help them somewhere. You're gonna help them.
Put in the parking lot too.
Where you gonna? Hey, you want
over
here where they have to do
y'all, buddy, man. Y'all
listen.
I'm saying, but y'all, everyone's worried about this. Go ahead, Coach.
So the only thing I was going to say to Kenny Hens's point is, since I am a part of education, have kids go virtual, use the schools, their gymnasiums as hospitals, or do something like that. But since I have the microphone, I'd like to say my 2 cents about the COVID situation. Was it driven by money? Were people laid off? Were we supposed to be secluded for so long? If they weren't sure, then I just think that we all were snowed over. That's my point. Give us our ability to make a choice. And if a private business owner that's all he has, that's all they have is their family business. I've seen it all around here, and I live in a small area, and you guys live in a larger area population. It's just ruined America, in my opinion.
No, it did, and I agree, and I feel like it was more of a test than it was an actual safety measure.
Thank you.
But I mean, I understand how KD feels. Like I said, because I have family members that passed away. But like I said, I'm also in the healthcare industry. I was certified to specifically speak on COVID and train medical staff on COVID. So I was there on the plane with Kobe died the day of, on my way to Anniston, Alabama for the training. So my whole thing was from the very beginning, it's been very deceptive. And so for me,
it's not been transparent.
Not at all. Matter of fact, it's been lies from the beginning.
What point of the government ever transparent though?
No. But I'm saying, so that's why I'm saying. So why am I going to listen to you lie when I know that you've lied plenty of times in the past?
Right.
And then when I'm personally there, I know you guys saw something totally different than what I saw in the hospitals, but it was a total different scenario from what you guys saw on the news versus what I saw in reality at the hospitals. And so, and I know they lied.
I didn't.
There was a lot of money involved in it, and how people
Fauci.
in a label.
Was it bad? Was it bad in the hospitals?
Well, but I'm saying, but all that constitution to everything. So you're talking about the vaccine, the masking. Well, did the mask ever really do anything? Was 6 feet apart ever really do anything? Were you being in the lockdowns ever really doing anything? Or was there something else? And so, I mean, you can sit there and be like, oh, my safety, my safety. If you're really a sick person, you're always going to be thinking like that. You're always worried about germs. You're always worried about, your health.
Yeah.
But there are so many other things out there that can kill you quicker, faster than this COVID. What's your food you eat? Going to McDonald's every day.
Like a dump truck.
Hey, give me
cigarettes. I mean, there's all kinds of things that are going to kill you than this thing that you have to survive 99.7%. So I'm just like,
I'm sorry, guys.
To me, we took it to a whole nother level.
In the words of Chris Rock, oh, come on. That was a nice one.
Hey, that's funny.
Chris Rock.
That's funny.
All right, let's keep it pushing, Rick.
All right, yeah, where we at? Let's get to
Fourth quarter?
Bump it and dump it.
Yeah, let's
scored another goal.
No, he's on. Yeah, he's chilling. They just asked me to be the assistant coach. I was like, yeah, for sure. Sorry.
I got one.
yeah,
So bump it and dump
don't worry
it.
about
This was on the group chat the other day. So the argument was that MJ will always be better than LeBron because MJ's got 6 rings. Bump it or dump it.
No, that's not just because of 6 rings.
That was the argument. No, that was the argument in the group text.
I just want to throw this out there real quick.
Yeah.
The thing that bothers me about LeBron is that he didn't take over more like Jordan did. When Jordan wanted to do something, you couldn't stop him. He'd take a game over. He'd shut you down. He'd score. Yeah. And he loved to, like Kobe did. He loved to drive it right through your heart. And LeBron could do it, but he just decided that's my opinion from what I saw, not being, a big fan, but if you're going to do it and you're going to be great, do it every time.
He doesn't have that same killer instinct.
That's my point.
I agree.
That's my point.
Yeah, I feel like, and if you guys, well, a lot of you said you did watch the end of the games. I felt like as much as LeBron has always lauded himself as a team first guy, and it's not about my own accomplishments, things like that. I felt like LeBron too many times did the things at the times that he did, the way that he did, in order to make sure that people looked at him like, oh my God, he's the greatest. Is LeBron one of the most physically gifted people we've ever seen? Hell yeah. Talented beyond measure, right?
Absolutely.
But it just isn't, it wasn't one of those things where he was like, in my opinion, enough times where he was like, yo, the team, I need to make sure that the team wins this game, or we're not doing this, this way, that type of stuff where like, I mean, I know people are like, yo, he's 30, however, and he's still averaging these numbers, but I mean, everything that he's been doing this year has been all about him.
Well, and you look at being compared to Jordan. I mean, not too many people have been compared to Jordan. So
that's to be a privilege right there.
I've watched, LeBron these last couple of years, and I feel for him. I have a lot more respect for him. I just wish he would have. He's his own man, but that he would have taken over more. When you watch one athlete, especially on a basketball court, take over, it's literally magic.
There's arguments of that, right? So, like, how many triple doubles does this guy have? How many? Like, he has more statistics. He's got higher statistical records than Michael Jordan does at this point in his career. So, how do you argue that he hasn't taken over? He's got all the stats.
Hold on, I want to hear this.
When he was first in Cleveland, if he would have won a championship, would that have made a difference?
No. I'm telling you, because what you guys, you guys are arguing are statistics versus the actual person being
right.
So his demeanor is not Jordan. His statistics are probably going to be better than Jordan.
Yes.
If you had to choose between picking Jordan or LeBron on your team, who are you going to pick? It's probably going to be Jordan because you know what Jordan's going to do. You know what Jordan's going to try to stab you in the heart and look you in the face and dare you. And LeBron's not that type of person.
I took that personally. That interview during what was the name of that documentary with Michael Jordan?
The Last
Dance.
And that dude literally said, and I took that personally. I don't see that type of personality out of LeBron. Right. And that's why Jordan and Kobe are on a different echelon because of that mentality alone. So imagine if Kobe had the physical.
But that's not to say that LeBron doesn't have that talent. He has the same talent as Jordan. And then, like I said, he's a bigger, taller version. He just doesn't have that same mindset of I'm about to punish you for getting off the plane and walking on this court. Should have kept your ass at home.
I know you guys are gonna laugh, but I just had this revelation. If Kobe is probably the closest to Jordan, and Jordan did it before Kobe, and Kobe
Yeah.
did it after Jordan, and
Yeah.
almost as well as Jordan. What's that say about Kobe?
Kobe
No,
was great.
I like that argument.
I'm just saying.
Like I said, to me, he immortalized Jordan.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah,
to me, once again, that still
a lot
puts
of
Jordan up here. That
but
means
a lot of
Kobe was
people-
looking
a
up
lot
here
of
and wanting to be
A lot of people
Yeah.
try to be like Jordan, but Kobe was almost as good.
as close as it could be.
Jordan.
Right, but to
Yeah.
but to add to that, Coach, who was Kobe wanting to be? Jordan. Even if he was as close as Jordan, that's who his fucking idol was. So that put.
You're
and then
right,
I'm
but
gonna end
I'm
it. I'm gonna end
saying-
it with this. Everybody's gonna compare stats. Whatever LeBron, Kobe could add more stats and certain features than Jordan does, but they're always going to compare that Jordan has 6 rings over these guys. So, and then also
Oh.
to another platform is Jordan. In his time, his platform was worldwide before any social media. This guy was known everywhere. Now
But that doesn't make you the greatest.
well, it did to
worldwide.
him because he was very popular. And like to Will said, he had that demeanor, that personality that I don't think LeBron has.
Jordan,
as
Jordan
well
didn't
as-
have to play against a big three like Kobe did against the Celtics. Just
Well, he had to play
Talking
against
about-
he had to play against
Whoa.
Ewing, the Pistons that beat his ass up. They had the Jordan rule
What
on
are you
him.
talking about,
Ewing?
man?
I'm just saying he didn't play
Wait,
against
You
a
know?
big three.
Jordan,
Yeah, to see
Jordan
Ewing.
played-
Jordan had tougher players. They fought
about to
over
say,
here. They
man.
They
can't
had
pick
tougher
them.
players because
Yeah.
you fought.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
you got
no,
the
No,
they
no,
were
no,
they were
no,
just
those
they were
dudes-
rougher.
They
played
didn't
in
call any
different
fouls
time,
back
and they
in
were
the
much
day.
more
Yeah,
physical.
yeah.
It was a
It was
big
brutal.
man league.
Yeah,
They
Mhm.
respected defense. Hell, I mean, if you remember, there was a time where it was almost like hockey.
yeah.
And players used to teams
That
had
doesn't
players
make
on the
it a
bench
better
that they
So
would
because
bring
we,
just for
so because
fouls.
just because
doesn't
we're
make
allowed
it
to
a
throw
better
hands, that means
competition.
it's better.
I'm
I
just saying,
think
but I'm
I
saying
think
it
it's
was a physical
adversity. I don't
sport back
necessarily
then.
if it's competition. I think
No,
it's
no, no.
adversity.
Jordan played against tougher defenses.
Because you
Than-
know,
No, no,
than
no,
these
I-
guys.
hey, listen, we've all
Definitely
played
think the
basketball.
Oh, you know what?
We've
I
all
like
played
your
basketball.
I'm not.
Renee.
I'm just saying, like, you're not
The
going to sit
talent
here.
level is much
I know
higher
Kobe
now.
doesn't have
There's
6
a lot more
rings. And
talent on
that's
every team.
fine. I get that. But Jordan had Rodman and Pippen.
Pippen.
Okay, Kobe had Powell.
I'm saying that
Hey,
Kobe,
Against
I think
big
Kobe was
threes.
better
Who
than
did Jordan
Jordan.
have when he won his first championship?
Hold on. Okay, so
What was
the-
that? What was that? I didn't hear you. Rick.
Yeah, who,
Rick.
who did Jordan have when his first 3?
His first
Who was it?
Pippen,
Pippen.
Horace Grant in his
Pippen.
prime.
Pippen.
Cartwright, Cartwright.
Nobody's picking Horace Grant as a big 3. He's
Yeah,
a
you're
very,
right.
very
Okay.
integral
Scottie Pippen.
And then
player.
when he won his second 3, who did he have? A whole lineup stacked of a team.
But
Kobe
when
never
Kobe,
had
when,
that.
when Kobe had it, yeah, he did.
So
Yeah,
yes, he did.
His first ring with Shaq.
I'm not
Which
talking about the
is a
first.
whole-
I'm talking
No,
about
that's
the
not-
second.
but yeah,
the
but-
second
but-
pair.
He had
Powell
he
and
had?
he had
Ron
Artest. He had Artest.
Artest was putting up.
Y'all
Artest
saying
was
Artest?
Artest was the
Y'all saying
Rodman,
Artest?
Artest wasn't Artest from like the Pacers, that's for sure.
but he
Yeah,
had
so-
fucking.
so
For
are you-
sure.
He's still good.
But
He was
are you
still
trying
really
to say
good.
that
He was good. He
Jordan-
wasn't a
Are you
top.
trying to say
a
Jordan was
big
good,
three.
but he was only that good because of the people?
No,
he
what
had
I'm
around
saying
him?
is you started comparing Kobe, right? You guys were going against Jordan and Bron, and but then you brought Kobe, and I'm like, don't sit here and act like Kobe just had a big 3 all the time. He only won it when
Who
he had
said
2.
that?
Nobody said that.
I'm talking about the individual.
And I'm
players.
saying MJ did have a big 3 with Rodman and Pippen.
Now,
Now
It
you
makes
had
your individual
Harper and Tony
accolades-
Kukoc, who was
makes
really
your-
good.
It makes your
But no
individual
one,
accolades
no
a
one
lot
is
easier when
saying
you have
anything
those
about
guys
the
on the team.
ensemble around the player.
What was that?
I'm saying Jordan was Jordan, no matter who you put around him. Kobe was Kobe, no matter who you put around him. Kobe,
Let's-
even when he played and he had a horrible
Wait.
Knocking
Here's an easy fix to what his argument is right now. So when OKC had 3 of the best players at that time on the team at the
You
same
talking about?
time,
Hold on. You're not talking about the Baby Thunder, right?
baby.
Yeah. You can't
Baby
talk about
Like
when
that's
they were
different.
young.
They're the Baby Thunder.
But what I'm saying is you had 3 probably future Hall of Famers on that
Right,
team at the
right.
same time,
Yep.
and they couldn't get it
but
done.
You didn't, but you
And that
didn't
team
know-
got
you didn't know-
dismantled. Hold on. And that team got dismantled, and those guys independently
KD.
still have not got a fucking ring.
Thank you.
Period.
So what is that? What is that
Can we
doing?
talk-
What are you
what is
telling
that-
me?
what does that
What are
even
you
mean?
telling me though?
Warriors
So what I'm saying is, if you don't have a single player, aka Jordan or Kobe, in your argument, to unify that team and to will them to winning,
To
So
you-
who willed the Celtics to win with Paul Pierce,
see where you're going with
KG,
that.
and
I
Wait,
got you.
Jordan unified.
and here's the
Jordan
thing.
unified people.
I'm
You played
saying-
bad. You can't have dinner tonight. That's unification.
Hey, did that team
Hey,
win?
They made him hungry.
Did that
No, that
team
doesn't-
no,
win?
no, no, no,
Did that
no,
team
no,
win?
no, no.
Did
Who
that
made
team
him
win?
hungry?
Did that team win?
Did that
You think
team
Paul
come
They,
Gasol
out?
so
could've
that,
got
no,
the
no,
ring
no, 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 no,
without
no,
Kobe?
I understand they won. I understand they won, but you guys are really sitting here telling me, yes, that brings us together, Jordan. You're right. You're taking away my dinner like I'm a fucking slave. Yeah, and I went there just because I didn't play to your standard, and now it's No, unification.
Was Kobe like that at all? I don't know. I'm asking.
Yeah, he was.
Kobe was an
Absolutely, he
asshole.
was. Get that
He was an
asshole
asshole.
off my fucking team.
Yeah.
Absolutely, he was, and that's what it takes to win.
And you're right. That's exactly
That's
right.
what
Look
it
at,
takes
hey,
to win.
look
And
at Bill
LeBron
Parcells.
doesn't do that.
Look at
LeBron
Bill
brings
Parcells.
has-beens on a fucking team
Yes.
that can't win.
No, even worse. Look
Bill Belichick.
at Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
It's
Look
the
at
same
him. No-
thing.
nobody likes him.
Do you want to have fun or do you want to win?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you want to come
High five
here
me
and work and get a
and
chip, or do you want to have
Thank
fun?
you.
Then take your fun ass
But
over
you
there.
guys just took this
Thank
to
you.
another level. We were talking
Your
about
fun ass over
Kobe
there.
and
No, but you
No, it's
Yeah,
the
I
same
agree.
thing to mentality.
Personality.
no, but we were talking about Kobe and
Definitely
Jock.
sound like the old
Jordan.
black daddy.
No.
We keep
Our
going
argument
back and
was
forth.
That mentality is
Niggas
the
still
difference
whooping
between
kids with
LeBron
switches.
and Matt and
Take your fun ass
MJ.
over there.
That's the difference
Jordan,
between
yeah.
LeBron and Kobe.
Thank you.
If Kobe or Jordan had the physical gifts of LeBron, I mean, it's
Woo.
like
Oh my
whole
God.
other stratosphere of
Oh
players.
my
Yes.
God.
Yes.
Oh my God. Could you imagine?
No, yeah.
Whole
So are
other
we back
stratosphere
to
of
Jordan
players.
and LeBron now? Because I was going back and forth. I mean, I'm just saying.
And
I'm
here's
okay
the
with
last
that.
thing with Jordan and LeBron.
I like
Oh,
Jordan over
No, I'm
LeBron.
saying, but you, Renee, you brought in.
I would take Jordan.
I was
I
just
thought-
saying the individual person,
Renee.
the player.
I can let you
Renee.
disrespect Kobe like that. You know what I
Who would
mean?
you take? Who
Nobody
would you
was
take? Would you
disrespecting
take
Kobe.
Jordan or Kobe?
Who would I take,
Nobody
Jordan or
disrespecting
Kobe?
Yeah.
All right, so
Relax,
say
That's a
we
tough
dump
one
it?
for me.
I don't know. We were
That's-
That's to send
That's
you a
a
text.
wrap.
How was that
We were
even
talking,
tough?
what the hell?
That was not even close.
Why is
That's
that?
Jordan. That one shouldn't even be tough.
Yeah, I don't think that
Jordan
Jordan,
or Kobe?
scored 81.
I was
There's,
gonna
there's
say,
some there's some things that Kobe has done that Jordan didn't even scrape close
that's
to.
my point.
And
Yeah,
that's a big
Yeah.
deal.
But Jordan never needed someone to save him either. Ron Artest won that last game
He
7.
needed Pippen
Because
In
he
Kobe's
started
biggest
winning.
moment, in Kobe's biggest
Big
game,
shot, Bob.
Because Artest
joke.
did his job. That's crazy.
That-
That's crazy how Kerr,
Artest
hold
hit
on,
big
hold on, hold on.
shots.
Just because, what about Kerr? Kerr wasn't.
I'm
sitting
sorry,
there
did
hitting
Robert
jumpers?
Horry
No,
and
but-
Derek Fisher hit big shots for Kobe and Shaq?
Yes, they
Did
did.
Kerr hit
Robert
big
Horry
game-winning
did.
shots for Jordan? Yes. What
Yes,
are you talking
but-
about? That happens.
But Jordan still performed in those games. Kobe fucking blew that game. And Ron
Hey,
Artest
look,
saved his
well,
ass.
hold on.
That's
Go back
my
and look
point.
at the stats.
In
Go back
his
and look at the
biggest
stats. No
game,
one shot
hold on,
over
let me
30%.
finish. In his
No one
biggest
shot
game,
over 30%
in his
that
biggest
game.
game,
No one
have
shot
had
over
games.
30% that
in
game.
his biggest
one shot
game
over
of his
30% that
career,
Oh my
he needed
Lord.
someone to help him.
All those
No
He
one.
needed
points
someone
Okay,
to
hold
win.
on, hold on.
Jordan never
Kobe
needed that.
Kobe needed help. Kobe needed help.
I don't
He
even
shot
know if
bad.
that
No
was
one
Kobe's
shot-
biggest game.
That's Kobe's
Kobe-
biggest game. No Shaq. He's finally going to do it without.
He
even
did it
though-
before.
Even though they did it with the
the year before
Magic,
without Shaq.
even though they did it with the Magic, but this is the Celtics. This is what put the pressure on them. And it's
So
a
what
game
happened?
7.
So how
And
was
it's
it
a
bad
game
when
7.
when
That's
when
why it was
nobody
Kobe's
shot over
biggest game.
30%? No one shot over 30% that game. Kobe still had the second most rebounds with 15.
All right. We gotta move
So,
forward.
Okay.
why are we
Okay.
why are we
Oh, okay.
picking individual games out?
I
I'm
don't
talking
know.
about
I don't know.
we gotta
Somebody
move on.
somebody
lifetime
brought that game
span
up.
of work
I
All
did.
of a player.
All right. We gotta move forward. Man. We gotta move forward. People got things to do today. We're gonna have this conversation again. Let's move forward to bumper to dumping topics. Let's keep going. All right. I just saw this. Debo or the Ravens are considering going all in for Debo. Bumper dump.
Dump.
Bump it for the Ravens. If you can
I
get
guess,
Debo
I
for the
guess for
Ravens.
me it depends what all
If they
in
can
is.
get him,
What am I getting?
bump.
Yeah.
I missed
I
the
don't know what
question.
all
But
in
I hadn't
means.
heard that. Yeah, I
Two
never
first,
heard that
Renee.
one.
2 first, Renee.
Nah, we want Lamar Jackson. Give us Lamar Jackson. We'll give you. That's all in to me.
Throw it to himself.
Hey, you know what? You're not lying. You're not lying. Oh yeah.
Oh,
We
that's
want Lamar.
hilarious. Yeah, I quit if I'm Debo. I'm like, man, forget this. All right. All right, the next one. Last night, Clayton Kershaw sets the Dodgers record for pitching. For
Dumb.
strikeouts, I mean.
Dump.
Dump that, huh?
Dumb.
Dump.
Number
Dumb.
one.
Anybody else tired of hearing about some more regular season achievements for Clay? Am I the only one? All right.
Dumb.
Regular
Dumb.
season MVP, man. Let's see what else we got. One more. Oh, Lakers have serious interest in Quinn Snyder. Oh, double that up with Kings are eyeing Mark Jackson.
Bump.
Ooh.
How are we
Bump.
letting this happen?
The Kings hired
Bump.
Mark Jackson?
Yeah, Kings hiring Mark Jackson, or Kings
Who
are
the-
looking
oh,
at Mark
who the
Jackson.
Lakers don't get for head
Said he was the
Oh,
front
okay,
runner for the
okay.
Lakers, and now the Kings are. Oh man.
And yeah, now the Lakers are trying to get Quinn Snyder. Come on, fam.
Quinn
Oh,
Snyder.
wow.
What the
Wow.
hell?
Whoever the Lakers
Um,
get, it's gonna be an interim coach anyway.
Hey, here's a
It is.
question. Here's a real question. I've asked a couple people. Has Kobe ruined the Lakers, meaning
What do you
due
mean?
to the
Hell
fact
no.
of like, hold on, due to the fact that like nobody really wants to be in that shadow coming.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, and it's kind of like the Bulls, right?
The
No one wants to
Bulls.
be in
Yeah, it's the
Jordan's
Bulls
shadow.
shit. Yeah. Yeah,
Kobe's
it's the
like
Bulls
there when it comes to
No,
the
for
franchise.
sure. He's there for the Lakers.
I'm just
yeah,
wondering, like,
100%.
if anyone is like, I know LeBron's here, and like Laker fans still hate LeBron. Like, let's just be real.
for no
No,
reason.
I don't
Some
know
of us
why.
have
Yeah, I
accepted
don't
him,
know
but
why.
a lot of Laker fans still hate him. And I'm just like,
It's
dude,
not-
I
it's
think
not-
Kobe's like just how great he was, and he's a homer basically, and he's been with us from. It just feels like, why would you want to go play for the Lakers now?
Hey,
if you
who,
have-
who hurt you as a child, man?
Everyone's like, well, what would Kobe have done? What would Kobe have done? And it's just like,
fucking
No, that's
dumb.
facts.
That's dumb.
That's
Has he
facts.
ruined
That's
them?
facts.
What? If you want to go play for him, go play for him. Like,
Look here.
I don't see how that would
I
ruin
I
anything.
don't know. I don't know.
choice
I don't
but to
know.
move on from Kobe. Kobe,
Right.
I love Kobe. He was a quintessential to the Lakers organization. But man, if you want the Lakers to be great again, I can't. I understand why people wouldn't want to come live in that shadow. But as a professional to come play in LA,
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying,
I
like,
just-
I mean, I'm
I
not.
just
I'm
feel
not,
like-
I'm not worried about that shadow.
The next guy's okay. I just feel like because
But the
LeBron.
the only way you need to be worried about that shadow is if you start living to that expectation of getting to being at the Kobe level.
well, that's
If
the
you
point.
start
If you're gonna-
balling out and people
Mhm.
start comparing you to Kobe, you might feel a little something. But
Yeah.
me
I
coming
don't know.
there,
I'm telling you right
Even
now,
then,
he's
yeah.
gonna
If you
be
ain't a threat-
bad
if you
for
ain't a
whoever.
if you ain't a threat if you ain't a threat to Kobe's legacy, then you're fine.
yeah, I ain't.
Because like if Don,
I
if
say
Don,
I'm
like,
never
if
gonna play for
Donovan
the
Mitchell-
Patriots because Tom Brady was a quarterback there. So
No, I'm saying.
they're gonna have a quarterback.
Right. But once I start reaching Tom Brady's stats and stuff, and then I might start feeling some kind of way. Like, why you
You
keep
got the-
comparing
I'm
with
just saying,
LeBron
like,
James?
we get a young guy that, let's say we draft someone young, obviously needs some time to develop, but they'll be like, well, he's not Kobe in his fourth year. Like I said, it's his fourth year. I mean, and those are the things that people will hear, and I'm just like,
Well, let's put it this way: the next time someone Kobe-esque comes around, he's going to be looking up to be as great as Kobe, and he'll probably take those things as not even a chip, but as
Compliment.
an accomplishment, or there's someone that we even put him in that
like
category,
like
And a
validation that
challenge.
my work
and
is
would put
coming.
that as a challenge to reach that pinnacle. So
Yeah.
either way, if you want to come here and you want to be great and you know what that greatness is, that's a great example.
Do you see any players currently right now that could even get close to where
Yeah, Jason
LeBron or
Tatum.
Kobe, LeBron or Kobe are?
Jason Tatum. Easy.
So,
Jason Tatum.
yeah,
To me-
so
to me,
when
it's still
when
too
you-
early.
A young-
when you say,
A
when you
young
say
Steph would
stuff
have
like
been
that,
there.
I didn't say anything. I asked a question. Or are you talking about Rick?
Tatum has talent, but I'm
okay.
saying Kobe did it consistently over his career.
20
Which
years.
is fair.
Right.
I'm
Which is
saying,
fair.
so
he's
I-
just saying, do you see
I
someone
get
that
what
could
you're saying,
possibly
like,
be?
you're
Well-
talking about someone who's prayed for a hot second.
Okay, here you
you
go.
know,
How about
I say-
Devin Booker? He's been scoring
Young
machine
Steph.
for a while.
He has the ability. He got to stay
He's
healthy.
been a scoring machine his
And
whole
they-
career.
His name's already been brought up. to
How long
kinda
has
compare him
Booker
to
been in the
Kobe.
league?
Like 7 years, maybe. He
Yeah,
scored
no.
71, 72 points in a
Like 4
game.
or 5.
He's
No.
done.
Something like that. Maybe
On
it's
a
7.
L.
Damn, time flies.
No.
But yeah, no, I think
I
Jason
can live
Tatum
with
is the
that.
only other one.
Well,
And if you say no, then why? I'm just. It's not
No,
me
I
like
can
trying to
live with
debate. I'm just asking why no, right? Like he's
Because
done a lot of things.
by
that-
Kobe's seventh
Yes.
year, he already had, I think, 2 or 3 rings.
Yeah, but he
Yeah,
also
three.
Devin
Booker
Booker's
ain't
not playing
gonna-
with Shaq.
don't
Well,
add
let's be
that.
hon- let's
Don't
be
add
honest.
that. You can't
So
add
what?
that.
You're asking if from
But you can't always go to rings. You can't always go to rings because a lot of that has to do with the team.
Okay,
He's a
okay.
shitty
So
team.
Well,
yeah,
then
I
he's
mean,
never going to be on that level. What do you
I'm
want
He's
to
a shitty
say?
team.
I
He's
mean,
never going to be on that
but you
level.
don't have
For
no
one, he's
control
not as
over that.
good. For two, he don't got the rings.
I mean, Charles
Done.
Barkley was a great player. He never got a ring.
Right, and he's still a great player.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Was
One
Karl
of the
Malone.
greatest ever.
And so is
Yeah.
Karl Malone, right?
And
But
the-
here's the
and-
thing: it's not just a single player, and it's not just even the team; it's the entire organization because they also had Hall of Fame coaches simultaneously, right? So it's like all the pieces got to be right to be able to
Yeah.
replicate something
Yeah.
close to that, and they
No,
don't. Not there's
Yeah,
not
but
been a
my-
single
my- my thing
player
is-
on a single team with a single organization has had something close to what those guys had. Because even if you go back to like Pat Riley days, right? I mean, it's like you have to have all the pieces in place to be able to
All
create
these to fall
something
into place
close
at
to
the
that.
right time.
Right?
Yeah.
No, for you to win a championship. I'm saying if you took Jordan and you took Kobe and you put them on the
Switch
Bullets
spots?
or anywhere else, they were still going to perform at that high level no matter who was out in that court, and you would
I don't-
see that spectacular basketball play.
My
don't
only,
get- my
with
only-
Eddie's,
hold on, hold on,
with
hold on,
Eddie's
hold on,
subject,
hold on.
if they didn't have
Championships are not
championships, they
only-
wouldn't be the greatest of all time.
No, but
My
I'm
only
saying
rebuttal to
that's
that.
where we're
My
at,
only rebuttal
you
to
know?
that, like Booker, like I see why
don't
Renee
know
said
that.
Booker, because you can see mannerisms of Kobe in Booker,
Yes,
but like
I agree.
Phoenix is not the place for you to showcase your shit. Like so, like you said, well, if he went to the Hornets or the Bullets, I understand Kobe was who he was and Jordan same thing, but dog, you get lost in Washington.
No.
You get
No,
lost
I'm
in
saying,
Charlotte.
but I'm saying the championships, they put you up into another stratosphere.
Right.
Well, yeah,
You
if you win the
always a great
championships, but I
player.
feel like,
But
but I feel like Jordan and Kobe and LeBron too, like their talents transcend. Like, I understand you need championships, but I don't know. Like, I feel like Kobe, Jordan, Bron, all of them are still top tier.
They're
That's what I'm
trying to follow
saying.
them to any
If they
team,
had
I'm
but-
le- if
saying,
they had- if they
regardless
had
of what
less-
they've done, they would always be that talent.
Yeah, but it's
Because
going to
they
be a
won
little harder. It's going to be a
championships,
little
we
harder
look
if
at them
Jordan
at
was
a higher because they've
But-
done it.
But to answer
right.
to
But
Renee's
it would
point,
have
yeah,
been hard if Jordan was in Milwaukee
No
and
doubt.
Kobe was in Detroit.
There's no doubt.
right.
Like
we
Devin
wouldn't,
Booker
we
being
wouldn't
in
look at him the
Phoenix.
same way.
But Devin Booker, to answer to Renee's question,
Yeah, but it's still
he looks
possible.
Kobe-ish. He looks Kobe-ish, you know.
Giannis
I'm saying-
just did it.
But what
He's
I'm
on
saying
his
is, what
route.
you don't know is because he
Giannis is gonna
won
be
those
great.
championships with the
Tim
Chicago
Duncan did
Bulls,
it in a
you
small,
don't know if he was
Tim
Tim
on
Duncan
the
had a
Bucks.
stack team.
but he
You
did it
know
in a
what?
small
It's
market.
not-
Kawhi just
He
did
had
it
a
in
super
2000
stack team.
Kawhi did it in 2019, and he ain't done nothing since.
Who?
Kawhi
Yeah,
Leonard.
another guy right there. Yep.
Straight distance.
Thank
my
you,
God.
KD.
Good
Yeah,
job.
I
but
did it.
KD,
Once
Good
again,
job,
that's a different
KD.
Ramley.
level player. He's,
Yeah,
he's,
that's
he's a
facts.
tier down below.
Kawhi played the Warriors when they were all damaged.
Yeah.
I hate
That's
using
fact.
that as argument, but that is a thing. No KD.
Oh,
I mean, that's
Clay.
just like you
there's
said,
no
that's,
doubt
that's
Curry.
context.
one.
That's context. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
There's some context there of like why that Toronto team.
But he
got
still
that.
won a chip. He still got his MVP.
Okay.
No,
so if
no,
he is-
no,
if he-
no.
You're not gonna
But
tell me like
do
Tim
you
Duncan.
do we
Don't
look
get
at
me
small
wrong,
market
great,
like
but
we
you
look
got
at
David Robinson.
Are we looking at Kawhi like we look at Kobe
Parker,
and Jordan?
My
Kawhi.
point was the
absolutely
small
not.
market thing. My point was the small market thing
Right,
that
that's what
Chong
EP
brought
was
up.
talking about.
That's
Oh,
why
okay.
I
Yeah,
said
but it's small. But look
San
at
Antonio.
Toronto. But you ain't heard of Toronto since Kawhi left.
No, I get that.
Correct.
Yeah, they're in the playoffs.
And you
this
haven't
year.
heard of the Spurs since Tim Duncan really left.
Yeah.
True.
My point was it can be done in a small market. Because
Oh,
you're,
yeah,
you,
that's-
you said
No, but
you
no,
said
but
him
Yeah, I mean
being in
Detroit did it.
Phoenix-
Let's be honest. Detroit did it with the Billups and them. They
you said him being in
it.
Phoenix makes it unlikely or whatever. I said it could still
Yeah,
be done.
100%.
Giannis did it in Milwaukee.
no, Giannis
Uh,
is still doing it. Giannis is still doing it in Milwaukee. But once Giannis
Okay.
leaves, Milwaukee's you're gonna ask where Milwaukee is.
Well,
Unless you know
Maybe.
the map. Like
maybe not.
I mean, that's
You
just
don't
what it
know.
is. Like some of these dudes are fortunate enough to be in bigger markets, obviously, right?
Yeah.
So that's
I mean,
that's
that's
a
just
thing. But
that's the luck of the draw for most of
luck
them.
of the draw. Absolutely.
That was the
So-
Jerry West.
And that's what I'm saying. So when
talent.
you look at someone like Giannis right now, he's actually won a championship.
Yeah.
You take
Mhm.
him and put him on the Suns.
Hey, you're
You
ugly,
think he
Katie.
would-
What are you doing right now?
Yep.
But I'm saying his level, his ability, he's still a great player.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't care where he's at. He's on the Bucks. He's a great player.
Yeah, it's like Joel Embiid. He's a great player.
But I'm saying because he's actually won one, we look at him a little higher now. You
Yeah.
take him and put him on another team, he could go to a whole nother level.
Yep.
So I'm
I
saying
guess what my
Michael
thing was,
Jordan,
Eddie was like
Kobe
he hasn't
Bryant
won a
would have been great
championship.
anywhere.
And I know
but
Kobe
because
won
they
it in
won-
his
All of them
fourth
come to LA.
year, but not very many people win their championship in their fourth year of the
No, I
league.
understand that.
Wade did it.
That's a tough.
Wade
That's a
did
tough.
Wade did it. He
It
did
takes
It's a
special
tough
talent.
Wade did
measuring
it in year
metric.
3.
I mean,
It
a lot
takes
of guys
special
have
talent.
actually won it
Yeah.
by their
Wade
fourth
did
year.
it.
Not being
It
like
just
one of
depends
the main pieces.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
exactly.
what we mean.
It depends on what cog you are, for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Because
People
remember,
win it their rookie year
I don't
being
even
on the
know.
bench.
I don't even know if y'all remember Patrick McCall.
We're not
I
talking
think he
about
went to
that.
like 5 straight championships.
Come on.
Oh yeah, I remember
I'm
that.
But
just
nobody-
saying.
That's what I'm saying. He played with Golden State and then free agent and then signed with Toronto. Ended up being in another final. He went 5-6 straight. So just depends, like you said.
I
what
think
cog
the
you are,
measure
where
of
you're at.
a quality of a player is once they leave a team and that team continues to succeed, right? So there's only a handful of guys that can have a successful team, what that team that's built at that time. Then that same player that we all qualify as a really great player moves on to another team, and now that team is immediately successful.
Chris
so
Paul.
it's Chris Paul, exactly the first person that comes to
Yeah.
mind.
LeBron James.
Currently,
all that.
LeBron James, right? So, what player that exists like that today? So, to your point, maybe it is Booker, but we need to see Booker move to another market, smaller, larger.
Right,
Doesn't
but
matter.
he might not move.
But
He
is
might
it?
just be
Hold
like,
on, let me
"Oh."
ask you. What
Yeah.
is it? Another market because he's been with Phoenix for so long prior to Chris Paul getting there,
Agreed.
and
Agreed.
and they were bad. They were
Agreed.
terrible.
No, but I'm not disagreeing with you guys on the Booker thing. Booker's solid. He's a good.
Oh, I just brought
He's
up
a good
Booker because he was
selection
at a
for-
spot.
Yeah.
I'm
just saying, I mean, if
we
he
had to
never
pick someone
moves,
similar
he's
to
good.
Kobe, I would say he's the closest, but he's still far away.
Yeah,
It's just like
His,
it looks.
his stock
closer.
is
He has
through the
he has a
roof.
killer mentality and he has a skill set that sets him apart.
Right.
So
His stock goes through the roof if he was in LA for sure.
Well, it'll make him Kobe if we started hearing about him not taking trips during the off season and getting to work back for the next season. So you start doing that, Booker.
It's a little different though. Social media is a little different now though, and he's with what's her face.
No, it is. And
whatever her
also
name
the
is.
one
Jenner?
thing when you look at Brian, if you look at Kobe, if you look at LeBron, if you look at Jordan, the one thing that really separates them from everything else is their work ethic. When everyone else is partying, they're in the gym. They're up in the morning early. So they took their craft so seriously that they foregone all the hanging out, all the social media and all that type of stuff. They didn't really do that. They were really focused on the game at hand.
They would beat you before you walked onto the court.
That's what I'm
Right?
saying.
They were focused on being the greatest ever.
They would see
That Jay-
Kobe
that Jay
in the
Will
gym
story.
before you,
That Jay
and
Will
Kobe's in there
story,
shooting.
There's
after
plenty
you.
of people that have talent that probably could be at that level, but they spread themselves thin. They want to go hang out. They want to spend time or do all these different things, and they don't focus as hard.
And
on
that's
it.
fine.
It takes
And
a
that's
serious
fine, yeah.
mental.
Yeah, they just.
Which,
So
yeah,
you're
which
not
is
going to
fine.
find too
That's
many
why I don't
players
think there's another
that are going to
Kobe-esque guy out there right now.
that are going to not care
Yeah,
about.
they gotta have
anything
that
else,
obsession
but
with
while
basketball.
I'm here, this
Yeah.
is all I care about. I'm going to give you 100% of what I got while I'm here.
That's why these guys stand out and the rest don't. You
Yeah.
know, so
Oh,
I think it depends though too, because like I think KD, not this KD in Brooklyn. Like I feel like he has that work ethic. I mean, you don't really see him out too much like
agree.
that. It's just right now he has this blemish because Boston did something to him that
Well,
we ain't never
it's not
seen
the
yet.
blemish.
Yeah.
He does
And
have
the
good
tier,
work,
and
but
the
he's-
tier, and the
he's
tier.
also
Like I'm not saying he's not on that tier.
freakish in his ability. You can't be 7 foot and damn near be a point guard. Like
And do everything
only
a guard
person
can.
really
Absolutely.
stopping you is you
and KD needs to get off Twitter. He's
on
always
any
talking-
given
he's
night.
always
But
on-
that's what I'm saying.
on
If he
Twitter.
committed
That's what I was just
himself,
getting ready to say.
if he
I think
committed
KD's
himself,
biggest blemish is his mental aspects of it.
yeah.
He's too
Off the court,
involved. in
yeah,
too
off
much
the
I
court.
thought, I thought
right now.
KD was gonna be like a top 10 player all time. I
He
don't think
could.
so no more.
He takes everything
Yeah, I don't
personal.
know about anymore.
I had him going
No.
like being better than Bird, and I just don't
You
think so.
think so?
anymore.
No. he's
Talent
not
wise,
better than Bird.
Talent
Not
wise,
even
yes.
Talent wise, he's better than
Talent-wise,
Bird.
yes.
I don't know.
Talent-wise,
And,
yes,
like
the
doing it.
skills.
Last question, because
Talent-
we should wrap him from here.
Yeah, because I already got
Here's his last question.
I got to pick up.
Do you think that those players ascended to where they were because they had a direct competitor? So who is in the same level as LeBron? So LeBron could chase after that person to make him better, right? So they always say
And
iron
KD and
sharpens
Steph.
iron.
Yeah.
Right.
There's a video game built on Jordan versus Bird or Jordan versus Magic kind of thing.
Yeah.
There's no player LeBron is really competing at his level or Kobe at his point. Kobe had the shadow of you can't win without Shaq. Shaq went and got another ring, and Kobe's like, "No, fuck that."
The year
so
after,
and
yep.
Kobe's like, "You know what? From the rest, my legacy will be solidified." Is there a player like that exists for LeBron right now,
I don't think so.
No.
And I really, and personally, I don't think it's going to happen again.
or for
because of-
Kevin Durant? Is
because of
someone
social
out
media.
there that Kevin Durant competes directly against,
well,
even if it's mentally?
so. The only people,
KD, yeah,
I'm
he
going to give you a
can compete
couple
against the
people that come to
Warriors.
mind.
Show that he can
There
win
might
without the
be
Warriors.
with like Beverly
Yeah,
comes
the
to mind.
Warriors.
When there's people that just get under your skin that you just can't stand. But as far as that, no, they're too friendly. They're too common bonded. We're all players. We're all a brotherhood. Let's get this money together. There's no real animosity towards each other or other teams.
Yeah.
So
But like who? But who was the? There's no.
But if
threat
there's,
right
I
now.
see Renee's point. There is, I would say, yeah, Curry. He's got Curry to
And I
compete
is Curry.
against.
I'm sorry, no, but like LeBron, so like Jordan. I'm not saying Bird was on the
Curry
same
and
tier
LeBron
as
are
Jordan.
competing.
Nah,
no,
but I'm saying
KD.
like Magic.
That was more
KD.
of like a TAM thing. It was a team thing. But I'm saying like Magic and Bird, they battled. It was like a perfect thing. They battled in college, and then they came to the league. And then Jordan was there. And I'm not saying those two guys were on the same tier as Jordan, but there was still a guy, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
When Jordan
like,
came
maybe
in, he was younger, so he was probably like, "Yo, I'm gonna be better than them." That was his like competition.
Right.
Jordan had like
Like,
Dominic
Kirk
Wilkins
Jordan,
when
yeah.
he came out. When he
Well,
came out, Dominic
Yeah, he did,
Wilkins
he did.
bodied him on a court on like
and
a
Clyde
like a-
Drexler.
right.
Or
in
Isaiah-
real
there
life
was those
bodied
guys.
him. And
There was
then
those-
from that point on, he was like, "Nah, I ain't having it."
Or Isaiah Thomas. He hated Isaiah Thomas.
Right.
They hated each
But
other.
he competed with those
but I'm
guys.
saying
He
there were
competed
teams that
with
really
Jordan
hated
and Bird.
teams.
But I'm saying with KD, he should have that for a simple fact to want to win one without the Warriors.
That should already be like something like.
Why?
What do
Why?
you
He
mean?
went to the
Why?
Warriors to win.
No, but I'm saying if you want to prove that you're one of the
Opt
greatest
out.
ever,
So because he left there now, all of a sudden he's gonna have a championship heart. Man, get the hell out of here.
well, I
That's-
said if he
no,
has
that's
something
fair.
to prove
That
to
is
be one of the
fair.
greatest, to be like better than Bird. If you want to be in the top 10 over Bird,
No, that's
yeah.
what you
No,
want
he
him to be.
No, that's what
That's not
he
who he
needs
is.
to
That's-
be if he wants to be.
No,
better
no,
than-
no. That's no. Will's right. Will's right.
That is not
'Cause
who
he-
he
No.
is.
I mean, he doesn't.
No, I know that's not
he's
who
right.
he is.
That's
but
not.
I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly.
You're
Exactly.
asking me, is there someone that he could compete? But I'm saying that would be the motivation. If you were
That would be
Jordan,
his story.
that would be your
Mhm.
motivation. Like, yo, I'm gonna win here without the
fair.
Warriors.
Well,
That
if
would
he
be his
needs to
manu-
get
that would be his
monkey off his
manufactured-
back.
That would be
He
his
should
To
have
get that
manufactured.
monkey off his back, he
Yeah.
needs to.
because
But that's what I'm
true,
saying. I
true,
think,
but
I think
does he care?
KD's at a level where
He got
knows-
his.
like I said, because he's such a freak of nature.
Yeah.
There's really no one that really can
'Cause
compete
KD
with him except for
KD
him
winning
and
more
his
ships
height
doesn't move the
and his
needle.
skill set. That
Yeah,
dude is a
I agree.
Yes,
center.
it does. Yes, it does move the needle.
So
for
hold
him.
on, Eddie, real quick, Eddie. It's not even a back and forth. So what do you say? What do you say KD is as far as
Well,
a
why are you
top?
talking again?
20
It's not
player.
a back and forth.
No, because I'm not. No, 'cause what I'm saying is, hold
Are
on,
you
hold
kidding
on.
me?
No, hold on. KD's a what player to you? Top 20, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a top 20 player, I'd say.
You're
So
Top
he-
saying
he
25
all
does-
time? Are
for
you saying
sure.
all time?
All time,
think
yeah,
all
all
time.
time.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
what,
just making
like
sure.
15 to 20 or 10 to 20?
Probably not
I
top
lean towards the
10.
15.
Okay, 15
Yeah,
to 20. So
probably,
he does,
probably like Will
okay.
said, 15-ish.
if he wins another ring, does he comes out of that 15 to 20 category?
Not to
If
me.
he wins a ring as the leader of a team, yes.
that ain't gonna-
Like
that ain't gonna
say
happen.
say the Nets went
That
and
ain't gonna
won a
happen.
ring. I think that would
That
bump
ain't
him
gonna
up. Yeah.
It's not
not-
gonna happen this year.
That's
Well,
fair. And that's
That's
why-
not
I
gonna
don't think
happen.
it's going to happen either, but
No,
I think that
because-
would bump him up.
No,
Let's stop it right
because
here.
after you reach a certain age, you just need help. Period. I mean, even like LeBron, it doesn't matter. You just don't have that ability to carry a whole team.
I don't know if
And he's
KD's
there.
at that age yet.
He is.
How old is he?
He's not. He's not going to be
He's
able
like
to carry no damn
32.
team.
He's young still.
That's your
yeah.
prime.
He's
The
The
fine.
problem
He's
with
fine.
KD, the problem was he went to the Warriors and won those rings. When that's a more if you can't beat him, join him mentality. That's
Yes.
fucking bullshit. That's
And the
not
same
fucking
thing when he went to the
competitive.
Nets. He was like,
Stockholm
"Y'all
syndrome.
come help me."
That's different. That's different. You come help me. When he went
So
to the
that
Warriors,
was
it's like
Ky-
I'm
that
going to
was
go
Ky-
help
I mean,
these
that was
guys
Kyrie to
who
brought
won
him up, right?
more games in a season than any team has ever won before, and I've already won a championship. That's
Yeah.
the difference.
That's fair.
That's
That's
what I
fair.
see.
I got you.
That's fair.
So he needs to win a ring as the leader of a team. To
Then I would say
solidify
Eddie P.
his,
Then I would say Eddie P. He needs to win more than one then, because he
Look-
got two. He got two with the Warriors, and then went to a third final.
I mean, I
Is
guess
he-
that's a whole
he the
other
leader-
level
is
also,
he
but
the
at least
leader
of
he
the
won.
Yeah.
Is he the
Okay.
leader of the Nets?
No one's the leader of the Nets, and we're gonna end on that. note.
I kind of agree with that. I actually kind of agree with
Sounds
that.
like Kyrie's
Yeah.
the manager.
Yeah, it sounds like
Yeah,
Kyrie's the
man.
leader.
I'm like,
They all
I
fall in
don't
line with
think he's
Kyrie.
Nets. So
All right, okay. Hey, let's stop it right here. Okay, this is a good place. We'll pick it up. We'll pick that up next week and discuss a little bit more. But I want to make sure that everybody can get out and get to where they need to. So let's wrap this up, gentlemen. I appreciate each and every single one of you for jumping on Big Will. I'm gonna shout you out.
True
My man,
Will.
Cole, so happy to see you.
True.
Katie,
Will.
happy to see you, man. Everybody, the usual suspects, you know what it is already. We'll be back next week
MV
for 93.
Perez. Eddie P.
All right, we're gonna sit down. Yeah, I'm not talking about the regular suspects. Okay, I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. We'll be back next week. All right. All right, man.
All
All
right,
right,
gang.
guys.
Hey, these
All right, y'all.
All right, gang.
Later.
Y'all later.
stop the